All right, all right. Bruno Guimarães to Arsenal. Here we go. It has actually happened. I woke up this morning आज सुबह में उठा and I was really concerned कि बार बार हमारे सामने they are just teasing us with this transfer. It hasn't happened. And finally, guys, 75 million pounds. I think this is an absolute steal for a player of the quality of Bruno Guimarães. This is an absolute steal, guys. 75 million pounds. I have invited other people who are going to be coming here in just a little while. Breaking Bruno Guimarães to Arsenal. Here we go. Agreement in place with Newcastle after long personal terms agreed since July. Fee worth 75 million. Top deal. Akshay, what's up? Crazy, bhai. Crazy. Absolutely. Kunal, what's up? Thank you so much for joining, guys. I think now our midfield is going to be overpowered. Our midfield is now going to be overpowered. This is just one of the transfers that we were waiting for quite a long time. Isko hone mein kafi time lag gaya. But I am really appreciative of the fact that it has finally done and dusted, and now we can focus on other priority signings. Other priority signings such as getting a left winger. Abhi Vinny Junior to Arsenal ka kya scene hai? I don't know what kya chal raha hai us मामले में. But ये एक बहुत ही key factor था in to strengthen our midfield. A key factor to strengthen our midfield. And the fact that we got a player of his stature in 75 million pounds is commendable. Rice, Bruno Guimarães, Miles Lewis-Kelly, Odegaard, Eze, Mourinho, Dauman, Nwaneri. This is Arsenal's midfield. And to top that, Arsenal's defense already very strong and already has a lot of depth. And now, Arsenal's midfield. Dekh lo guys, Declan Rice, Bruno Guimarães, Miles Lewis-Kelly, Martin Odegaard, Eberechi Eze, Mikel Merino, Max Dauman, Ethan Nwaneri. 8 players in Arsenal's midfield are going to be vying for each and every single position. And I mean, I think this is absolutely amazing. Abhi, agar hum baki teams ko bhi compare kare, like we know that Chelsea has a lot of depth, but wo andar baar karte rehte. Man United does not have that kind of a depth right now. But this is an absolute अमेजिंग थिंग. अब थोड़ी बहुत ब्रूनो गेमारेस के बारे में भी बात कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा उसका ट्रांसफर एनालिसिस के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. ही इज 28 years old. He has come to Arsenal at 75 million pounds. There are a lot. मैंने उसका एक प्रोफाइल बनाया था, तो आई एम जस्ट गोना रीड दैट प्रोफाइल आउट क्या होता है. आई एम जस्ट गोना वेट फॉर अदर पीपल इफ दे गोना जॉइन. देखता हूँ अगर कोई और इंटरेस्टेड है तो. ठीक है, मैंने भेज दिया है. So Guimarães is a player who can play at number 8 and also who can play at number 6. They're meeting at 3 according to Madrid zone for Vinicius Junior. So basically what has happened is Vinicius Junior wale transfer saga mein Vinicius and Rock Nation have rejected Real Madrid's initial offer. However, they are having another meeting at 3 p.m. and they are going to then finally either compromise, and I think we'll compromise kar lenge. I think Madrid and Vinicius Junior are going to compromise because I believe that Vinicius Junior wants to stay at Real Madrid. He does not want to come to Arsenal. He wants some kind of a compromise to be reached. तो मेरे को नहीं लगता Vinicius Junior to Arsenal is a realistic thing as of right now. जिस हिसाब से चीजें चल रही हैं, I don't think that is actually going to happen. आया पर आधा ब्रूनो गिमारेस भाई जी, आर्सेनल में आपका स्वागत है. वेलकम. TMKC style. Levi, what's up, man? This is big news, by the way. This is big news. Sai, what's up? Thank you so much for joining, भाई. एक सेकंड. हाँ, तो मैं आपको बताया था Bruno Guimarães, 28 years old. He can play in the number 8 position and also he can play at number 6. And Bruno Guimarães is one of those rare midfielders, guys, जो defend कर सकता है. He can create, carry the ball, and he can dictate tempo. Newcastle United did not have a great season last season, but still, I mean, 2026 में Bruno was their captain. He helped Newcastle to qualify for Europe, and also he won the Carabao Cup with Newcastle United. So this is a man who wants to win trophies. He is of that mindset. And the good thing is The great thing about this transfer is that we had already agreed personal terms in July. So July say we have been after this man. We had already agreed personal terms. Everything was sorted. It was just the matter of the transfer fee. It was just the matter ki bhai kitne mein how much money are we going to have to spend to buy this man. So I think we finally found the answer to that. 75 million pounds is the amount, and I think for a player, जैसे कि मैंने बोला, he wants to win trophies. He wanted to come to Arsenal. He can play both as number 8 and as number 6. So this is a great signing. क्या अली भाई कह रहे, can we get two good news today? I don't think so. I don't think अगर अगर 3 बजे वाली मीटिंग में कॉम्प्रोमाइज रीच नहीं होता है, तब गाइज होल्ड ऑन, होल्ड क्या कहते हैं उसको, ब्रेस फॉर इम्पैक्ट, बिकॉज देन वी विल हैव टू गुड न्यूज़ेस. दो बड़ी बड़ी खबरें हो जाएंगी फिर. एक सेकंड. केवी भाई, अब आपके पास 2 पेनल्टी टेकर्स हैं कॉन्गो. वेरी फनी. So one of one of his biggest strengths are his ball progression. One of the Premier League's best midfielders at progressing the ball. He is excellent at that, and also it's his physical aspect. Bruno Guimarães is not like Martin Zubimendi is great at. He's a great ball player, right? He's a very good playmaker. But you left Zubimendi. We did not leave Anthony. We did not leave Zubimendi. Aryan कह रहा है 75 million for 28-year-old. I don't think so. But just look at the standard. Player का standard भी तो देखो. Look at the standard of the player, bhai. He has already won Carabao Cup with Newcastle. He was Newcastle United's captain, and he's one of the most sought after midfielders in the Premier League. He has Premier League pedigree. I think 75 million for Bruno Guimarães, considering what the market is right now. We've all been lectured about Elliot Anderson going to Manchester City for 117. Ayub Buadi potentially could be £100 million transfer signing for Manchester City again. So if these are the numbers that are being quoted, 100 million से नीचे बात ही नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है, तो at 75 million, I think it's a great deal. 75 million for a special quality player for what, 4 years of football at most, right? 28 to 32. 32 पे I think regress हो जाएगा वो, and by that time I think Nwaneri will be coming up in the ranks, and I think Miles Lewis-Kelly will be coming up in the ranks. Max Dauman will be reaching his peak. Will MLS leave? I don't think MLS will leave. हो गया क्या? Here we go. Yes. हो गया भाई. दीप पटेल हो. Here we go. हो गया है. पी कर रहा भाई. 1:30 बज रहा है भाई दोपहर के. दोपहर के 1:30 बज रहे हैं. क्या बातें हो रही है भाई यहाँ पर. मैं चाय लेकर आया हूँ अपने लिए. You left Zubimendi. हाँ भाई. Here we go. हो गया है. Here we go. हो गया है. I don't think MLS is going to leave, guys. MLS is here for the long term. Arteta has MLS in his long-term plan. So I believe that under no circumstances can Miles Lewis-Kelly be allowed to leave. That is just not going to happen. Did we gone Guimarães after Morgan Rogers failed, or Guimarães was number one target for us? I think Morgan Rogers was our number one target initially. However, once we could not get Morgan Rogers, I think number 2 on that priority was Bruno Guimarães, and he was always there. He was एक list बनती है. You have your transfer wish list, right? And you're like, who should be a priority signing for me? The reason why we were possibly going for Morgan Rogers was because his age, right? Obviously, great player, no doubt about that. But he was 23 years old, so it made sense to pay the kind of money that they were asking for him. But he wasn't like that great. So Bruno Guimarães is already Premier League proven. He has that experience. He was the captain for Newcastle United. Has that physical presence as well. चाय में मजा नहीं भाई. भाई 1:30 बज रहा है भाई. 1:30 बज रहा है. आर्यन कह रहा है कि but के भाई you should have been going for Barcola. यार, I was of this in mind that Bradley Barcola has fallen out of favor in PSG, which means that he is willingly looking for another club where he can find success, right? But I am actually quite surprised why Mikel Arteta or the Arsenal board or Andrea Berta have not even considered going for Barcola or a Kvaratskhelia kind of a profile player. I think Kvaratskhelia was never leaving PSG. That is the one reason. Barcola wanted to leave, but Arteta नहीं चाहता था कि Arsenal never showed interest in Barcola. I mean, कहीं ना कहीं interest था, but seriously ये उसके पीछे नहीं गए. तो अभी अब विनिसियस की अभी ये डील वील चली एंड देयर वाज दिस रूमर, जैसे इनको रूमर सुनने को मिला कि भाई हो सकता है कि इसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिन्यू ना हो क्योंकि उसकी डिमांड्स काफी हाई हैं, एंड देन दे सडनली रिनेट देयर इंटरेस्ट कि भाई यू नो व्हाट, आई वुड लव टू हैव विनिसियस जूनियर, a player of the profile of Vinicius Junior in the Premier League. So, I mean, either they are being over ambitious with this project with Vinicius Junior to Arsenal, because अभी 3 बजे पता हो जाएगा, because as was informed अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही कि 3 बजे रॉक नेशन एंड रियल मैड्रिड, रॉक नेशन basically is Vinicius Junior's agency. They and Real Madrid have a meeting at 3 p.m. and उस meeting में they will decide either they will compromise or they will be like, you know, this is our final deal. इसके आगे we are not going to consider. And my opinion is, because Vinicius wants to stay, this is my feeling, I think Vinicius wants to stay at Real Madrid, तो वो compromise कर लेंगे. या तो Vinicius का camp कर लेगा compromise, या फिर Real Madrid compromise करेगा. But the compromise is 100% going to be reached. खुशमिजाज कह रहा है कि भाई वो राफेल लियाओ ने टैकल मार के क्या कहा था मैं भूल गया कुछ तो कहा था, कोई बहुत गंदी चीज कही होगी. Now we can 10 celebration after a goal from Guimarães in Arsenal shirts. And let's not forget, guys, that Guimarães is not only, uska defensive work rate is very high. ठीक है, like I said, he can create and he can defend. So that is a part of his profile. Also, he has that experience. तो उसको सेटल इन होने में इतना ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए. अ यंग प्लेयर आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, बट अ प्लेयर ऑफ गिमारेज स्टैचर, आई थिंक उसको सेटल होने में इतना टाइम नहीं लगेगा. दिल पे हाथ रख के सच बोलना कि भाई क्या लगता विनी जूनियर आ सकता है. आई डाउट इट. जैसा कि मैं कह रहा हूँ, आई एम सेइंग कि कॉम्प्रोमाइज ही रीच होएगा, मोस्ट लाइकली कॉम्प्रोमाइज ही रीच होने वाला है. तो आई डाउट इट नाउ. पहले आई वाज अ लिटिल बिट कॉन्फिडेंट बिकॉज रियल मैड्रिड अड़ी हुई थी, बट नाउ आई फील कि आज शाम 3 बजे कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो जाएगा. एंड अगर नहीं हुआ तो भाई फिर तो इट इज टाइम टू गेट एक्साइटेड. के भाई डोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड इफ रैशफोर्ड इज योर लेफ्ट विंग. I mean that could be crazy. That would be crazy if it happened. That would be crazy. 3 नहीं, अभी मीटिंग चालू हो गई है. I thought, अच्छा, I thought 3 बजे थी मीटिंग. Thank you for letting me know. Barcola wants to join Liverpool. Yes, he has made that clear, and they've already initiated Barcola and Liverpool की बातें already start हो चुकी है. So they've already begun that conversation. So I think it is only a matter of time when Liverpool will be able to sign Barcola. आज Alvarez का भी पता चल जाएगा. डेको मैड्रिड में है फाइनल मीटिंग करने के लिए फॉर लास्ट चांस. भाई आई थिंक Alvarez also wants to take a move to अपना क्या कहते हैं, बार्सिलोना. So it will be strange to see him playing for Atletico Madrid after all that has happened. Vinicius has more chances of winning Ballon d'Or and winning more trophies in Arsenal than Madrid, because if he stays, he will always be shadow of Mbappe. Now this has been a talking factor for a very long time. मैंने चीचा भाई, जेके, सूरज के साथ, सबके साथ बात करी थी इसी टॉपिक के बारे में, एंड यही बात थी कि एक जंगल में 2 शेर नहीं हो सकते. दैट इज व्हाट द कंसेंसस वाज. एंड सबको इन दोनों के चारों तरफ लाइक नाचना पड़ता है, बिकॉज दे आर द बिग बॉसेस ऑफ दैट टीम. एंड इफ दे आर बोथ इन दैट टीम, देन बोथ आर गोइंग टू कोलाइड. उन दोनों में कोलिजन होता रहेगा. So if Vinicius does decide to come to Arsenal, and if Arteta उसको project present करता है, कहता है कि देख, we want a UCL and you want the Ballon d'Or, so this is like shake hands with us and we both can have our dreams come true. We both can see our you know objectives met. तो अगर ऐसा कोई प्रोजेक्ट उसको प्रेजेंट करता है, तब मैं विनिसियस का स्विंग समझ सकता हूँ कि हाँ, अगर मैं इस टीम में गया तो आई विल बी द टॉप बॉस. लाइक आई विल बी, अगर मैं आर्सेनल को यूसीएल जिता सकता हूँ, इफ आई कैन मेक देम विन द यूसीएल, देन मेरा बैलन डॉर इज 100% पक्का. Pakka, it is done, it is written in stone. सोल सेज कि या तो आपको विनी के ऑप्शन ढूंढने पड़ेंगे या हमें आज. That is a good point, very good point. While you're here, guys, please make sure stream ko like kar dena, and if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. I mean, you are champions, but Liverpool are making signings like Barcola and Mbaye. देखो, Liverpool is already very strong, right? They will sign Barcola by the start of the season. I am absolutely certain of it. And Mbaye is also going to be a very good signing. Although I need to check his profile a little bit more. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा educatively नहीं बोल सकता अभी उसके बारे में. But I think कि both those transfers अगर वो हो जाते हैं, then they will be brilliant signings for them. And despite the fact that they are making these signings, they are already a very strong team. They already are. They have Alexander Isak. They have Florian Wirtz, जिसका हमने best अभी देखा नहीं है. They have Dominic Soboslai. They have Alexis McAllister, who didn't really have a great season last time, but you never know. He could turn it all around. However, they do have a little bit of they do have chinks in their armor when it comes to their defense a little bit. I that is an avenue in Liverpool that I would like to have strengthened. But Liverpool are a team that relies strong on their counter-attacks and the pace of those counter-attacks. And with Iraola coming to that side, I think that is just going to get even more refined and going to get even more effective. So, like if they rely solely on their attack, like how general log कहते हैं कि Arsenal has relied solely on their defense. So I think that is a way to go. Like you have your strong points. You just keep working on them. You forget about what your weak points are. Don't let that be a factor. So I think if they're going for Barcola and Mbaye, then that's great. If Vinny renews, then who should we go for? It's either Alvarez or Nico Williams. Yes, that is the final say in it. अगर Vinicius renew कर लेता है, if Real Madrid and Vinicius Junior reach a compromise, then because Mikel Arteta once in a press conference had said that this time we are going to sign a world-class player, right? And Vinicius Junior is at the top of that world-class player list. ठीक है, he is the boss. अगर आपको एक left winger sign करना है, then Vinicius Junior is number one on that list. He is like signing the greatest player in the world right now, the greatest left winger in the world right now. So if you are not able to get that, who next? Definitely, I will not say that Alvarez is also one of our targets, and Nico Williams is someone who is Arteta's favorite. But the problem with Alvarez is that he has publicly said that he would like to move to Barcelona. Barcelona is his dream move and not Arsenal. I think that Alvarez is trying to avoid a move to come back to the Premier League. So I think कि the realistic transfer is going to be Nico Williams. It is not going to be Alvarez, because I don't think Arsenal or Arteta would want a player who doesn't want to come to the club. So Nico Williams seems like the most likely transfer to happen. Winger market इतना बेकार चल रहा है. Either get Vinny, else wait for next window. Saurav, I think getting Nico Williams won't be the worst thing in the world. Although हम उसको पहले ला सकते थे, but at the last moment he decided to stay back at Bilbao, so that didn't fall through. But the fact that we are going after the best left winger in the world, period, just talks and speaks very highly about the ambition of this club. ये हिसूस को बेच क्यों नहीं रहे भाई? मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि why is he still here? His wages are astronomical for a player who barely ever features for us. So I'm pretty sure behind the scenes कहीं ना कहीं बातें चल रही होंगी. We just haven't heard about it. तो I hope जल्दी, जिससे पहले सीजन चालू होए, गैब्रियल हिसूस को कोई अच्छा क्लब टैप अप करके खरीद के ले जाए. सो कह रहे तो यहाँ भी जीत सकता है ना. ये थोड़े है कि एम्बापे ही जीतेगा. साउथ अमेरिकन प्लेयर्स को मोस्टली मैड्रिड खेलने के लिए. अच्छा ठीक है, तो अगर रियल मैड्रिड यूसीएल ला लीगा दोनों जीत जाती है इस सीजन, सोल मेरा सवाल है कि हु विंस द बैलन डॉर फॉर देम? Who wins the Ballon d'Or for them? Is it Mbappe who will win the Ballon d'Or? Is it Vinicius Junior who will win the Ballon d'Or? And agar when it comes to attacking contributions like goals, assists, and all that stuff, right? किसने ज़्यादा influence दिया? Then both of them are going to get in each other's way. कि विनिशियस को मिलना चाहिए, नहीं मैंने इतने असिस्ट थे, नहीं पर उसने ज्यादा गोल मारे, and it could be vice versa also. So what I'm trying to say is that if in one team you have two world class players, both are forwards, both make attacking contributions, and if they win the Champions League and they win the La Liga, who out of the two of them wins the Ballon d'Or? That is going to be an internal dilemma for Real Madrid to fix. And I think that is why Jose Mourinho was a little bit skeptical about having two such players in this team. It is nice to have Galacticos, don't get me wrong, but it can be a big issue inside the dressing room. Levi got a guts feeling saying that Vinny would not renew contract with Madrid, but it's all on Vinny and Rock Nation hand. I think Vinny, जहाँ तक मेरे को Madrid extra से मैंने पढ़ा था, Vinny कह रहा है कि भाई I would prefer to stay in Real Madrid. That is what he has said. But and then फिर उसने Rock Nation को ये भी बोला कि देखो यार जाके बात करो and sort out karo ye sab, theek hai. He does not want to leave Real Madrid, but as long as Mbappe is there, we don't know. नेक्स्ट है, यहाँ पे ऐसा लग रहा है रॉक नेशन को ट्रांसफर करवाना है और विनी को रुकना है. हाँ, तो द थिंग इज दैट रॉक नेशन को 20% कमीशन मिलता है, ठीक है, एंड रॉक नेशन अपने सोशल मीडिया के हैंडल से, अलग अलग हैंडल से किसी तरह से बहुत ज्यादा दे आर क्रिएटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ हाइप एंड लॉट ऑफ ड्रामा, एंड इट कुड बी टू गेन द अपर हैंड इन द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिन्यूअल नेगोशिएशंस. तो अगर उन नेगोशिएशंस में ये लोग ऐसे ऐसे बात कर सकते हैं, लाइक कि देयर प्रेसिडेंट, रॉक नेशन का प्रेसिडेंट हैज गॉन टू लंदन टू हैव अ मीटिंग एंड वो अपनी स्टोरी में शेयर कर रहा है. So these are all rumors that are being generated. We don't really know exactly what is behind the scenes picture right now. And it could be that Rock Nation prefers or is trying to convince Vinicius to get out of Real Madrid and go to Arsenal. So it could be one of those reasons. Sayed keh raha hai, Leao, Nusa are also the best options, but need a player who delivers and have impact quickly. We need a world-class player, period. World-class left winger, get you goals at in those times when nobody else can get goals. You can't rely on your set piece routine each and every single time. God knows we over-relied on it last season. We got the results at the beginning, but towards the end, people had recognized that Arsenal have a practice. I mean, they're good at it. So we need to be extra careful कि भाई corners के time पे, throw-ins के time पे, free kicks के time पे, we need to be extra careful about their set piece routines. So we need to strengthen अपना core, our attacking core. And अभी देखो with the Bruno Guimarães transfer, the midfield core I believe is sorted. We don't need any other midfielder. Our midfield is 100% ironclad. Cast in stone. It is all done. We do not need another midfielder. We just need a new winger and maybe a backup center back. Maybe a backup center back is required, but as far as a winger is concerned, we absolutely have to get one. Leandro Trossard is no longer there. Gabriel Martinelli cannot do it all on his own, and we don't have a backup for Martinelli in a sense. So if we get a world class left winger, either hijack the Barcola deal. If Vinicius is not happening, hijack the Barcola deal. I do not care. You have to get someone of real quality, match-winning quality. And Vinicius Junior obviously is one of those players. But as far as the midfield is concerned, I think the midfield is all sorted out. Last day कब है transfer market का? एक second बताता हूँ. When is transfer deadline day? Transfer deadline day is September 1st, 2026. Tuesday, September 1st, 2026. So that is congratulations by Garnacho. Garnacho has already been sold, by the way, to Aston Villa. Vinny nahi mile to Leao le lo, better than Martinelli. Nahi, I don't think he is. I think Leao is overhyped, in my opinion. Whichever player you give to Jose, he will not gonna deliver anything for Madrid. He is not scary as he used to be before just came to Madrid to make stable team for next manager. Whichever player you give to Jose, he will not gonna deliver anything for Madrid. He's not scary as he used to be for just ah. I mean that is another interesting thing that you're saying. एक सेकंड एक सेकंड कहाँ गए लोग हाँ तो क्या कह रहा था कि होजे को कोई भी प्लेयर दे दो वो डिलीवर नहीं करेगा वो उतना स्कैरी नहीं देखो मैं लीवाई मैं ये तो जरूर बोलूंगा कि डू नॉट अंडर एस्टिमेट होजे मोरिनियो ठीक है लाइक होजे मोरिनियो वेंट टू टर्की एंड ही वाज रिलैक्सिंग एंड वो चिल हो गया था but he kept fighting back like he was always very outspoken against the Turkish owners and the Turkish federation. So kafi like he has never lost that. Just because he has gone to Turkey, we've just stopped hearing that much more about him. But whenever he speaks, people listen. And Jose Mourinho is one of like he has managed a very मुश्किल हो जाता है मुश्किल हो जाता है एक सेकंड ठीक है by Rashford. I don't think Rashford is going to be interested by. I don't think Rashford is going to be at all interested. Or Arsenal is not going to be interested in buying Rashford. We world class player, not someone who nobody wants. Whichever player you give to Jose. Jose Mourinho has the experience of managing big egos. Okay, he has the experience of managing big egos. He does things that no other manager thinks of. So never underestimate Jose Mourinho. उसका मजाक उड़ाने उड़ा लो. But अगर आप seriously बात कर रहे हो उसके बारे में तो सबसे ज्यादा experience उसके पास है. बहुत टाइम से वो कर रहा है ये एंड बड़े बड़ी ईगोज उसने मैनेज कर रखी हैं तो दिस इज नॉट समथिंग दैट इज वेरी न्यू फॉर हिम इट इज अ न्यू जनरेशन ऑफ प्लेयर्स आई अंडरस्टैंड but it is his job to bring them to heel and make them play together for a team. And the kind of signings that Real Madrid has pulled off already, they are already far ahead. They are far ahead. So if they even lose Vinicius, I don't think it will be a big loss for them. विनी ने दोनों के दोनों फैन बेसिस की जी फाड़ रखी है. आई मीन आई एम जस्ट आई एम नॉट मैं बहुत ज्यादा ओवर एक्साइटेड होने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं अंडर एक्साइटेड होने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा हूँ. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू हैव अ न्यूट्रल फेस फॉर एज लॉन्ग एज पॉसिबल. अगर आ जाता है बढ़िया है नहीं आता है कोई बात नहीं भाई किसी और को ढूंढो लाइक सेम लेवल का तो नहीं मिलेगा बट किसी और को ढूंढो. क्या ही बोलूं मैं. गाइस स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर देना प्लीज सब्सक्राइब इफ नॉट सब्सक्राइब. थैंक यू सो मच. Off topic, Spider-Man देख ली. Yes, देख ली. I will give it a 3.5 out of 5. Not the greatest Spider-Man movie ever, but decent. Not bad, not great, decent. By Sixer. ये signings क्या होती है? कोई मिठाई का नाम है. Akshay, I as a Manchester United fan, I'd have to say that you guys are in big trouble right now. But September 1st, 2026 तक का है transfer window deadline. So you still have a very long time to get some signings. But देखो, if you keep delaying, what is going to happen is all the cream of the crop is going to be taken away. All the cream of the crop is going to be taken away, and you are going to be left hanging, having to buy players that nobody wanted. You understand? And then you can make them say whatever, that Man United was my dream club. I always wanted to come to Manchester United, always dreamt of it, this and that. You can do that. And it might be true also, you know. But they will be players that nobody else wanted. They will be everyone's second or third options. So you really need to get acting into transfer market quickly because transfer deadline day is going to be on September 1st, 2026. So be careful about that. I'd reject Arsenal. Sure you would. Congratulations, KVY. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Big signing. Bruno Guimarães. Once again, थोड़ा सा चैट्स और ले रहा हूँ. कोई ना स्टिल ट्रेबल जीत सकते हैं. हाँ जीतो. पहले एक ट्रॉफी जीतो फिर 3 जीतना. He will surely drastically improve your midfield. 100%। देखो अभी मैं इसके प्रोफाइल के बारे में ही बात कर रहा था, इसके प्रोफाइल के बारे में बात कर रहा था। हिज बिगेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ्स इज बॉल प्रोग्रेशन, वन ऑफ द प्रीमियर लीग्स बेस्ट मिडफील्डर्स एट प्रोग्रेसिंग द बॉल। साइडवेज पासिंग नहीं करता है, ही कॉन्स्टेंटली ब्रेक्स लाइंस, ही फाइंड्स फॉरवर्ड्स बिटवीन डिफेंडर्स। एंड कभी कभी यू मस्ट हैव नोटिस दैट आर्सेनल जो है लो ब्लॉक्स के अगेंस्ट स्ट्रगल करती है, दैट इज वन ऑफ आवर वीकनेसेस। सो ब्रूनो गिमारेज़ इज दैट पर्सन हु कैन अनलॉक लो ब्लॉक्स, अनलॉक लो ब्लॉक्स। तो इस चीज का ध्यान जरूर रखना। KV Parth, what's up? Thank you so much for joining. KV, what do you think if Vinny leaves? What should be Madrid's approach? Replace him with a left wing or go for a right wing option and play Diomande on the left? Huh. That would be very interesting. I think they Rodrigo can play on the right. Rodrigo plays on the right. Left wing किसे खिलाएंगे? I think they'll have to go for a left wing. But नहीं यार. I think they can have Diomande play on the left. I think they can have Diomande play on the left. I mean, either one would have to compromise. Rodrigo or वैसे तो Rodrigo, how can he play on the left? वो एक और कौन बंदा था यार? Who's that guy? I'm forgetting his name, who comes on as a backup on the wings for Real Madrid. मैं उसका नाम भूल रहा हूँ, किसी को याद है तो प्लीज बताना मेरे को। मेरे हाथ में नहीं है, वरना मैं यूनाइटेड की विंडो लास्ट वीक खत्म कर तो पता है क्या व्हाट वी कैन डू इज, सिंस मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड आर स्ट्रगलिंग सो मच, एक काम करेंगे, आई विल डू अ स्ट्रीम, ठीक है, आई विल डू एन FC26 स्ट्रीम मैनेजर मोड, ठीक है, एंड देन वी विल ट्राई एंड फिक्स मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड, ठीक है, डन करते हैं, जॉइन अस फॉर दैट शुड बी फन। Arish is here. Sunday debut would hit like crack. You can say CRACK. I don't mind. Brahim Diaz, yes, Brahim Diaz. I think Brahim Diaz could be given more opportunities, but how consistently would you rely on him? But Brahim Diaz is also good here on his day. Do you have a good controller? It's half decent. It's not bad. It works. That's all that matters. आपने अपने मिडफील्ड और फिजिकल हो गए ना? मेडिकल और फिजिकल क्या समझा नहीं मैं दीप। Waiting for Arsenal introductions video for Guimarães. That will be so awesome. I am really excited for that. Really waiting for that. It should be super exciting. But for unlocking low blocks, you would need very good strikers too, who will be situationally aware. देख, when you're playing in a low block, ठीक है, I think the positioning of Victor Gyökeres inside the box and Kai Havertz is really good. And Havertz is not a bad finisher. You saw him play against Girona. You see him play against other teams. He is a good finisher. You know, when he is not under too much pressure. I don't mean by the number of people surrounding him. I mean generally, like outside noise. When he's not under that much pressure, he finishes really well. So I think we have players who can do that. And I think teams will struggle if they play a high line against us, like PSG did in the UCL final. They were playing a high line against us, and they conceded that goal from Havertz in the first 5 minutes. Samir is here. What's up? Martinelli going to spend the season watching real Brazilian flair with Bruno and Vinny playing. I am still skeptical of the whole Vinicius Junior transfer actually happening. So I am not certain whether that will happen or not. तो देखते हैं, होता है तो होता है, नहीं होता है तो we shall see. Brahim is a right wing. So you have Brahim Diaz at right wing, you have Diomande at right wing, you have Rodrigo at right wing, you have three. Then one of them has to compromise. One of them has to move on the left. That is all that I can see. Mbappe लेफ्ट विंग खेल लेगा, डियोमांडे राइट विंग पे, कोई बेंजेमा टाइप प्रोफाइल लाओ, एंड फिर ये बाकी प्लेयर्स कहाँ खेलेंगे? रॉड्रिगो कहाँ खेलेगा? ब्राहिम डियाज कहाँ खेलेगा? एंड कोई बेंजेमा टाइप प्रोफाइल लाओ, एंड मैड्रिड की अटैकिंग प्रॉब्लम, इज देयर अ बेंजेमा टाइप प्रोफाइल इन द मार्केट? पहले तो लेट्स डिस्कस दैट, राइट? इज देयर अ बेंजेमा टाइप प्रोफाइल इन द मार्केट? आई डोंट थिंक सो। केवी भाई सोचो, डियोमांडे, एम्बापे, ओलीसे कहाँ से आ गया अब? ओलीसे कहाँ से आ गया एकदम से बीच में? वेयर हैज ओलीसे कम फ्रॉम? आई मीन ओलीसे का बात खत्म हो चुका है गाइस. लेट्स मूव ऑन. इट्स वो नहीं आने वाली, वो नहीं मिलने वाली. लेट्स मूव ऑन. Congrats, K भाई. Thank you so much, Mridul. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brahim Diaz, yes. Bruno Guimarães जरूरी था. Rice starting में injured रहेगा. Yes, Rice is going to be missing out, as is Saliba. He's also going to be missing out the start of the season. So it's that is a very good signing that we have made. We have enough profiles for left wing even after winning Mbappe, Rodrigo, ठीक है. Right wing, Dumfries, Valverde, Dumfries at right wing. My God, Valverde, oh, ठीक है. I mean, I get it. But Dumfries at right wing, it just sounds wrong. ये Madrid वगैरह छोड़ो. Let's talk about Guimarães and probable playing 11. हाँ, अभी बात करते हैं. टेड लासो के लिए बहुत ज्यादा हाइप्ड अप हूँ. टेड लासो का फर्स्ट एपिसोड मैं देख चुका हूँ गाइस, बाय द वे. Really good. Check it out. Nostalgia. Fourth season about a women's team. Yes, it is. Real and Vinny camp meeting ongoing now. No agreement done, and both parties are negotiating. Yes, I know that. There is no Benzema type profile. Exactly. KUI to Real Madrid. Here we go. We got SP, but he is an yes, Carlos SP. My bad, I forgot. But yes, he is an unknown. किससे Levante से लेके आया ना? From what I remember, Levante से लेके आए थे शायद. Ekitike बहुत पसंद है KUI. Ekitike is really good. Really good. I wanted him at Arsenal, but सोचो अगर Ekitike होता हमारे पास लेफ्ट विंग पे, मजा ही आ जाता अभी. There is no like to Benzema type profile. Exactly. एक वर्ल्ड क्लास डिफेंडर भी खरीद लेते हैं. फिर वर्ल्ड क्लास डिफेंडर नहीं खरीदने की जरूरत है. फिर आप उसको बिठाओगे कब? यू कांट बेंच हिम राइट इन द मिडल, राइट? आप एक वर्ल्ड क्लास डिफेंडर खरीद के ले आओगे, फिर उसको बेंच कैसे करोगे जब सलीबा वापस आएगा? सो दैट डज नॉट मेक सेंस. आप एक क्या नाम है उसका अभी? नेथन मेरे को उनकी सही प्रोनाउंसिएशन बता रहा था. जेकब रामोंडो एंड शिट, आई फॉरगॉट द अदर नेम. कोई बात नहीं. ब्रो अगर विनी नहीं आया तो किसके पीछे जाएगी आर्सेनल? बिप्रज्योति, आई थिंक इट इज गोइंग टू बी, आई थिंक द ऑब्वियस आंसर लोग जो कह रहे हैं, इट इज एल्वारेज और निको विलियम्स. बट आई फील इंस्टेड ऑफ एल्वारेज वी शुड गो फॉर निको विलियम्स एंड नॉट एल्वारेज. बिकॉज इसका कारण मैं देता हूँ, क्योंकि एल्वारेज ने ऑलरेडी Jacobo Ramon, yes, Jacobo Ramon, Jacob Ramondo. Sorry guys. इसका कारण ये है because Alvarez has already publicly stated कि उसको बार्सिलोना जाना है. वो है उसका क्लब. उसने आज तक कभी ये नहीं बोला कि मेरे को आर्सेनल जाना है. कि आर्सेनल को चाहिए नहीं चाहिए वो अलग बात है. Alvarez doesn't want to come to Arsenal. He has never said that. He has always said that Barcelona has been my dream move. So why would we want a player like that? The second thing is कि Nico Williams, Arsenal and Arteta really like Nico Williams. They wanted him a long time ago, but he renewed his contract with Bilbao. So he is also probably not going to make it. कोई बात नहीं. हाँ, राइस और बर्डन, राइस का बर्डन कम होगा, which is very important guys. Declan Rice ने already he has been fatigued a little bit too much. ठीक है, Declan Rice का जो fatigue रहा है this season has been absolutely crazy, playing each and every single minute for Arsenal in last season, and then playing the World Cup, and then playing every single game in the World Cup, even though when he said कि भाई मैं injured था. Harry Kane नहीं आ रहा भाई, भूल जाओ उसको. Jacobo Ramon, yes, Jacobo Ramon is one of those players, and there's another player, I'm forgetting his name. Akshay कह रहा है इस साल की title race is one-sided. By the way, if you remove Arteta, Carrick is the second longest serving manager of Big Six. I'm pretty sure that any new manager who has come and has a good squad will want to vie and will want to try and win the Premier League. It has happened before. So don't be too concerned that it will be one-sided. Enzo Maresca at Manchester City has a great squad. Liverpool with Andoni Iraola have a great squad. Michael Carrick with Manchester United, not yet. They've gotten some, they've plugged some holes with Tielemans and Andres Santos. They've just plugged holes, but how long will those plugs work? Whenever I talk about plugs, my mind just goes to one place. But how long will that work? It remains to be seen. So I don't think that they've they fixed the problem कि भाई हाँ done हो गया. They really need to make some classy signings, and the fact that they've not done till now तो भाई वो चिंता का विषय. This season, I want Darwin to start more games. As he ages, as he grows, he will start more and more games. He started a decent amount of games last season, and I expect him to start a reasonable amount of games, at least 15% or 20% of Arsenal games. I want him to feature in some capacity or the other. That is my personal opinion. I mean, I'm sure that other people would disagree or agree or whatever, but that is my personal thing that I want to see him perform a little bit more for Arsenal, be on the pitch a little bit more, get more game time. I also want Ethan Nwaneri to be on the pitch a little bit more because I've seen him in the match against Girona. He looks very sharp. He looks like he wants to play and he wants to play for Arsenal. He's the tail end product. So he would definitely want to start for us. सोल कह रहा है एम्बापे और एकेटिके के क्या पेयरिंग होगे के भाई फिर एम्बापे और एकेटिके के क्या पेयरिंग होगे के भाई फिर विनी गया तो भी बुरा नहीं लगेगा गाइस रियल मैड्रिड यू आर नॉट आई डोंट थिंक अभी देयर इज एनी क्वेश्चन कि आपको एकेटिके मिलेगा हाँ ठीक है लाइक as a fantasy kind of a thing it is nice to imagine it would be a great pairing but France के लिए होएगा like for France they will play I think Ekitike is French right Mbappe and Ekitike both playing for France that would be interesting although I don't see why they would need that with Olise already there अक्षय कह रहा है there are too many holes in United and last season they prevented the league by sticking tapes and इस साल भी उन्होंने कुछ हौच पौच करके ही दबाव लगाया I don't think they've right now I can't really say that United in fact I think कि अगर ये United की squad खेलती है पूरा season as it is right now there could be problems either the players who did not perform last season have to perform 10 times better this season for United to get at the same position that they were last year to qualify for the UCL again. I think United's priority should be consistent Champions League football. That is very important for a club like Manchester United. United isn't ready to play 2, 3, and they are going to be playing 4. They're going to be playing 4. Sunday league at best. Arsenal should have gone for Gordon for left wing replacement for Trossard. Rishabh, I maybe, but you know that Anthony Gordon to Barcelona deal happened so quickly that Arsenal never ever had a time to even consider it. I mean, it was done just like that. You know, Deco went, said, "This is the man we want him." Anthony Gordon said, "I want Barcelona." Set in stone, absolutely. मतलब finished हो गया वो. तो there was not any consideration from any other club at that time. हुआ ही नहीं, वो चालू ही नहीं हुआ, हमें चांस ही नहीं मिला रिस्पॉन्ड करने के लिए. बट आई एम स्टिल होपफुल. देखते हैं अभी गाइज, अभी 2 बज रहे हैं. There is a meeting that is going on as reported. There is a meeting going on. एक सेकंड, तो रॉक नेशन कहाँ है भाई? अरे हट, रुक जाओ. फर्स्ट अगस्त की न्यूज क्यों बता रहे हैं ये? 23 घंटे पहले विनिसियस वांट्स रियल मैड्रिड टू improve the contract or he won't sign and Madrid won't improve their offer which is why Vinicius to Arsenal is becoming more likely and this is from एक मिनट, ये कौन है भाई? ये क्या बकवास है यार? Why are people showing me this nonsense? Who the fuck is David Onside? This is why I don't like Twitter. This is why I consistently call Twitter trash. Twitter is trash because some random moron has decided to create this profile called David Onside, and I was totally confused for 1 second. Absolute rage bait. This is ridiculous. And मैं पढ़ भी रहा हूँ उसका बकवास. And he has 2.6 thousand likes. Oh my God. Okay. So 1 hour ago, this is the scene, guys. Vinicius Jr. and his agent have arrived at Real Madrid City, and this is from Le Journal d'Oreal. So I know that they are legit. So let's see. And this happened 1 hour ago. So the meeting has already started. 1 second. So 1 hour ago, Vinicius and his agents have come to Real Madrid. The meeting is going on right now, and in about 1 or 2 hours, we will be notified whether or not what is going to happen. And guys, whatever happens in that room is going to change the world of football as we know it. Change Arsenal and Real Madrid's futures as we know it. सो वट एवर अभी जो भी बातें हो रही है उस कमरे के अंदर जो भी फैसला निकल कर आएगा वन साइड इज गोना बी एब्सोल्युटली ecstatic and the other side is going to be absolutely heartbroken. So we are still waiting on what is going to happen. All we have are these this is being reported from Madrid Zone, who reposted Le Journal de Real. हाँ तो we know तो Bruno Guimarães is done. This is just random stuff. So this is what we have. So far all that we know is कोई update नहीं आया है and we're just waiting for the transfer to happen. We don't want Ekitike. Yes, both are French. Yes, both are French. Okay, bhai, aapko guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please make sure to like the stream. Please do make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Madrid zone ही है भाई, Madrid zone ही है, वो ऊपर वाला Madrid zone ही था. सोल कह रहा है कि अगर विनी आप लेके गए ना तो 130 के ऊपर तो मिलेगा, उतने के बिड मारेगा तो लिवरपूल बेच देंगे. है उनके पास ईसैक है ऑलरेडी, पर ईसैक एज अ स्ट्राइकर खरीदा है ना सोल उन्होंने. एंड ये एकिटिके को कब खरीद के लाए थे? ये एकिटिके को आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर ही तो नहीं, लास्ट ईयर ही तो खरीद के नहीं, लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर खरीद के लाया शायद, अगर मेरे को सही से याद है तो. Which Ekitike is nowhere a Benzema profile. Benzema heavily involved in playmaking. He would drop deep, make those crucial passes, and run up the pitch. Benzema can be compared to Kane. Ekitike, please. मैं तो कहता हूँ भाई Ekitike is more of a left winger than a striker. आप लोग पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा क्यों सोचते हो. And Mbappe, I still can see playing as a striker because of his pace, and his finishing is okay, but his pace is what is amazing. Levi कह रहा है कि Jesus has become more of a burden for Arsenal, more wages to ACL already, and no club want to pay so much due to lack of game time last season. He is a liability at this point. He barely gives us any game time. I mean, I'm just trying to be practical. मैं practical होने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I'm not trying to be some kind of a moron, but I'm just trying to be practical that he hasn't given us that much game time. His wages are what? 275 या 300 कितना? 300 something. It is absolutely crazy his wages that he has and that he's getting. We have to offload him if we are to make any other signing. I can see Bellingham doing that. Roll number 535 is saying he is renewing. We shall see. We shall get to know थोड़े टाइम में. 1 घंटे पहले तो ये पहुंचा है वहां पर, तो करीब 3-4 घंटे में सब कुछ पता हो जाएगा कि क्या हो रहा है. Thank you so much, Aman. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the hiding and thank you for the mango lassi. Thank you so much. Appreciated by Madrid Zone. देख लो, Madrid Zone ही देख रहे हैं. I think Berta is already holding contract for Vinny. If his contract failed, Berta will direct fly to Madrid and come back with Vinny. I think what हमारी तरफ से the proposals and the contract, the financial agreements, everything is already ready. So we aren't exactly waiting for anything else. But देखो guys, this transfer is अभी देखो, like the number one thing that we should be really happy for is the इससे पहले जो मैं देख रहा था. हाँ, this is what is super exciting right now. Guimaraes, 75 million pounds maybe we've gotten him. New midfielder for Mikel Arteta, and I saw I need that Neto to City Bomba ASAP. And guys, don't forget, Pedro Neto is actually linked with he's actually linked with Manchester City. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. People were mocking us, and it is facts. It is facts that Pedro Neto to uh, क्या कह रहा है यूटी कह रहा है कि Guimaraes at Arsenal the best fit is as Zubimendi's alternative. He won't be a bench warmer. Pair him with Rice and you get another all action combative midfielder. अरे वाह इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बात है. Show more please. Pair him with Rice and you get another all action combative midfielder who can push forward exactly what Arsenal need to take the strain of their two most used midfielders last season. I am concerned about Luis Kelly though. Could he coexist or will he leave for more minutes? He will not leave for more minutes. He will stay and he will get his minutes. We have 4 tournaments to play. We have a lot of players to move around. And Miles Lewis Kelly is an integral part of the Arsenal system. He will 100% stay. He will 100% start in many games, as he had proven last season when we could not rely. When a player goes out of form, when Zubimendi was out of form, Miles Lewis Kelly stepped up and he gave consistent performances, very good performances in the midfield. So appreciate that. Good analysis from Beauty. You should get more likes and more followers. यार Beauty को जाके follow करो guys on Twitter if you haven't followed him already. क्या है? Arsenal agrees 70. Arush, guys. Arush, I think if he can, he might be joining us. Arush is very good at scouting, and I'll be very honest, he knows about football stuff way more than I do. Like, he knows everything. I don't know how people do that. Who's number one? Hand of Arsenal says Arsenal set to finalize a move for Bruno. A total package reaches 80. So it's 75 million plus 5 million in क्या कहते हैं add-ons or whatever. Best friend got a job finally. Congratulations to Suchit. Let's go back to where we were, which was Vinny Jr. So I would like to talk about what Guimaraes brings to Arsenal. क्या? Neto is part of a money laundering scheme. KV bhai, now, अरे यार, what is going on? कि भाई नाउ यू हैव टू सपोर्ट मैड्रिड टू विनी भी ले जाओगे. मैं सोच रहा हूँ यार, मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि ला लीगा की एक टीम को सपोर्ट करना शुरू कर दूं, पर मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा किसे करूं. शुड आई अरे ये वेक्स की बातें मत सुनो गाइज, ये वेक्स की बातें मत सुनो. ये भौकलाया हुआ आदमी है. ही डजंट नो कि वो खुद क्या कह रहा है. इसकी बातें मत सुना करो, ये कुछ भी बोलता रहता है. ही इज अ सेंसेशनलिस्ट. क्या? वेयर इज द सोर्स? वेयर इज द सोर्स? व्हाट सोर्स? आई टोल्ड यू सो इज द सोर्स अकॉर्डिंग टू वेक्स. कुछ भी बोलता रहता है. जीरो ट्रू यार. ही इज अ बिग क्राई बेबी यार. मैड्रिड एक्स्ट्रा. ठीक है, लेट्स हैव अ लुक. मैड्रिड, एक मिनट. मैड्रिड एक्स्ट्रा क्यों जाने की जरूरत? सामने तो खुला है मेरे. अच्छा, मैड्रिड जोन है. मैड्रिड एक्स्ट्रा, लेट मी सी. Liar, 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 pants on fire. See, this is why you're single. There is no such news. 34 minutes ago, no such news, bhai. What a liar, bhai. What a liar. What a liar! What a desperate liar! KVY, now you have to support Vinny or Vinny बोले जाऊँ. Vinicius Jr. and his agent will meet Real Madrid after training at 11 a.m. Spanish time confirmed. Okay. Vinicius Jr. and his agent have arrived at Real Madrid. Okay. So I think, guys, it is clear. I think what we can all agree is that Vex is a fool. He is a simpleton. He's a fool. He does not know what he's talking about. He came here to say that Madrid extra, and all that he has confirmed in showing us and proving to us that Vinny has gone to meet Real Madrid agents, and he is saying it is confirmed, it is done. So please stop being so sensationalist. We can. The only thing, here we go, guys. Here we go. Vexverse is a fool. Okay? Here we go, and this is something that is very common knowledge. This is something that is very common knowledge. Once again, he has just cemented that fact. Khoya 99 absolute fire भाई. Yes, कहाँ confirmed है? Are you crazy? दवाई ले ले अपनी, ठीक है? Take your medication and sit down. केवी भाई, आप तो सच बता रहा हो, कभी कभी लग रहा है टॉटनहम जोश में आके लीग ही ना जीत जाए, इसे ऐसा नहीं कर रहे. नहीं, just by making a lot of signings, doesn't confirm that a trophy is guaranteed. Signings, plentiful signings have been made before. High level signings have been made before, but football once again is a very unpredictable game. Season में क्या होता है when the actual rigor of the season starts? जब आप when जब आप थोड़ा सा घिसना शुरू होते हो, then it is decided what the actual picture is. He is lying, guys. He is lying. उसकी झूठी बातें मत सुनो. ला लीगा से बेस्ट हेटाफे है. हेटाफे है. विनी ने गेम बजा दिया आर्सेनल का. कहाँ बजा दिया भाई? किसने बोल दिया? कहाँ से आ रही है? वेक्स को घर पर बता के गया है वो. कुछ भी बोले जा रहे. चलो 0 ट्रॉफी से एक कमेंट नहीं लूंगा मैं तेरा. एक कमेंट नहीं लूंगा. ऐसे झूठे लोगों के कमेंट्स नहीं देता मैं. लायर्स एंड डिसीटफुल डिल्यूजनल फूल्स. मैं भी नेक्स्ट सीजन से हेटाफे को सपोर्ट करूंगा. आर्सेनल फैंस निकालो अपने घर से बाहर. आर्सेनल फैंस को घर में रख क्यों रखा है? पहली बात. Seeing Vinny face, he is no mood to renew contract with Madrid, looks so upset. लीवाई भी थोड़ी सेंसेशनलिस्ट बातें कर रहा है. आई थिंक किसी के फेस को देख के वी कांट रियली से वेदर ही वांट्स टू रिन्यू और ही डजंट वांट टू रिन्यू. Vinicius has 15 UCLs. Why will he come 0 UCL team? Because despite having 15 UCLs, Real Madrid have still not, while being at Real Madrid, a player like Vinicius has still been unable to secure what he wants the most, which is the Ballon d'Or. He has not been able to win the Ballon d'Or. And with Real Madrid, his objectives will become even more difficult because everyone in that team is vying for a Ballon d'Or. Kylian Mbappe wants a Ballon d'Or. He is standing in front of him. Even if Real Madrid win the UCL, it will become contentious that who is going to win the Ballon d'Or. Will it be Mbappe? Will it be Vinicius? Or will it be someone else? And उन दोनों की लड़ाई में कोई और जाके जीत जाएगा. This is your fault and you don't even understand. You don't even care for that poor player. खोया absolutely मजा आ गया. अरे यार ये वेक्स तू स्पैम करना बंद कर. You're a goddamn mod. तेरे को mod बना रखा है मैंने and तू ही स्पैम कर रहा है. तो शर्म नहीं आती? मजा आ गया. एब्सोल्युटली खोया, मजा आ गया. थैंक यू. एंड 75 million pounds में ये जो ट्रांसफर हुआ है, it is great value for money. The only reason I'm here right now at Madrid Extra का मैं scenes दिखा रहा हूँ right outside Real Madrid, right outside Real Madrid city, where the discussion for the new contract of Vinicius Jr. is happening. So I'm just sitting and waiting on that कि वहां से अगर कोई न्यूज निकल के आ जाती है तो it's even better because then we can get an actual picture. Because See, this is why people don't like you. This is why people don't like you, because you say stupid things like this. You think it's very funny, right? You think it's hilarious. He said, see, first he says, here we go. When he said in his interview, he won't join penalty misses club. जैसे रियल मैड्रिड ने तो सारी पेनल्टीज मारी है. They have scored all their penalties. ऐसे बात तो ऐसे कर रहा है. आर्सेनल फैंस कचरे में मिलते हैं. भाई तुम कचरे से हारते हो तुम हर बार. यूसीएल में 2 साल हो गए. यूसीएल में जब भी मिलते हो हमसे हारते रहते हो. हमको कचरा कचरा करते रहते हो. खुद कचरे से हारते रहते हो तुम. अगर तुम हमको कचरा मानते ही हो तो हमारा कचरा तो तुम खाते हो. हम तुमको कचरा खिला के घर वापस भेजते हैं. तुम बोलते हो रेमोंटाडा, हम रेमोंटाडा पे कचरा कर आ जाते हैं. ये है भाई मैड्रिड टाइगर्स. यूसीएल से क्या फर्क पड़ता है तेरे लॉजिक से? हर किसी को मैड्रिड में खेलना चाहिए. आई नीड मेडिकेशंस, यू आर द वन हु नीड्स इट आफ्टर लूजिंग यूसीएल फाइनल. नहीं, आई डोंट नीड. भाई अब तो रियल मैड्रिड फैंस आपस में ही लड़ना शुरू कर गए हैं. अब मेरे को ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा व्हाई आर रियल मैड्रिड फैंस फाइटिंग अमंगस्ट ईच अदर. मेरे को तो यही नहीं समझ में आ रहा. तुम लोग मेरे को गाली देने आए थे, अब तुम आपस में गालियां दे रहे हो एक दूसरे को. व्हाट इज दिस यूनिफाइड बॉन्ड? he wants to Sayam keh raha, he wants to say but Rock Nation is kind of rad. Sayam, the reason for it is because Rock Nation ko 20% ka commission milta hai from his transfer fees and other add-ons and whatever. So maybe bro, I think you are getting angry, bro. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying my point of view. ठीक है Madrid Tiger, fair enough. Actually, I'm getting so overwhelmed by Vex के comments. I just don't know what to focus on. Aman keh raha, I like both clubs. That's wonderful. That's nice. You can like both clubs. It's okay. It's something that I've learned to adjust with. ठीक है भाई, ठीक है. Abhishek keh raha, unlike Liverpool fans who wish the worst for their players who leave for another club, I wish Vinny the best if he leaves for Arsenal, and he will light up the Premier League on fire. There are certain Liverpool fans who do that, and it is unfortunate. But I know a lot of good Liverpool fans, passionate Liverpool fans, very nice people. But passionate at the same time. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Real Club Deportivo support करो in La Liga. अगर मेरे को करना ही है तो मैं रेसिंग सैंटेंडर कर लेता हूँ, because Santander is the only city in Spain that I've ever visited. But I don't know where they are playing. Where is Santander? Racing Santander League. Oh, Racing Santander La Liga में ही है. That's not bad. I can support Racing Santander then. Perfect. I think that's perfect. That makes so much sense. Do you want to have Vinny in your team? At this point, I definitely want to have Vinicius Jr. in our team. I definitely would like to have a player of that profile in our team. But guys, trust me, I think sensationalist comments aside, I do believe that Madrid and Vinicius are going to come up with a compromise. Either side, either Vinicius or Real Madrid are going to compromise on either end. I do believe that is going to happen. Ballon d'Or की बात हो रही है. When was the last time Arsenal player won Ballon d'Or? अरे तो भाई अभी की बात कर लो. Why don't you talk about right now? Talk about now. Talk about the future. Why are you always past में क्यों घुसे हुए हो? Poor player Helena. I'm having a banter. I'm having banter. I'm bantering is actually the right way to say that. 15 UCL aura. Yes, that's great. Nah, bhai, his agency has effed his mind. It is possible, agencies do play with your mind. ये कैसा mod है? Exactly. Look what you are doing. हाँ, मुझे problem है. What do you mean उससे कुछ problem है? I have a problem with the way that you're conducting yourself over here. You're supposed to be a mod. Mods don't behave like this. Mods are supposed to be more disciplined. They're supposed to manage untoward comments and not make untoward comments. And वो भी again and again. अगर कुछ बोलना है एक ही लाइन में बोल दे. Where is the maturity? Arey, guys, let's be mature. If anyone wants to leave, don't be like sour fans. Arsenal is a good club. Don't compare them to Madrid. They are two different clubs. Exactly. I like both the clubs. Sam Kerry wants to say, but Rock Nation is the rat. Kidhar bol diya he's leaving. Source, trust me, bro. Oh my god, this is just ridiculous. Vex verse, still you cannot beat us even when we meet again. हाँ मैंने तो बोला था Vinny or no Vinny, you cannot beat us. That has been confirmed. कितना ही छत खोल दो, छत बंद कर दो, छत तोड़ दो, छत पे पानी लगा दो, छत में नई पेंटिंग लगा दो, it doesn't matter कि छत का क्या हो रहा है. छत has nothing to do with what happens on the pitch. It has absolutely no correlation. Uh, I said even if he leaves. ये बेचारे अपने खुद के रियल मैड्रिड फैंस पे चढ़ रहे हैं. दे आर फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट रियल मैड्रिड फैंस ओनली. डैडी रोरेडा कह रहा है पेग हिम ड्यूरिंग पेग अलोंग. यही करना पड़ेगा, यही करना पड़ेगा. इसको आने दो, अगली बार इसको आने दो. 4-0 भाई. विनिसियस जूनियर ऑफ योर क्लब इज द ओनली प्लेयर हु हैज एवर स्कोर्ड अगेंस्ट आर्सेनल. भाई यहाँ पे 4-0 की बातें चल रही है. 4-0 की बातें चल रही है. पहले एक से ज्यादा तो गोल मार दो. 4 मैच खेलनी है, 1 गोल मारा तुमने आज तक. As Arsenal is expected to pay a hefty amount for Vinny if he leaves, I think we are going to sign a left wing. Ideally, would love Quicha, but I think it will be Nico Williams because Jose demanded pace in front. Jose? Arteta, किसकी बात हो रही है? Like, I think you're talking about Quicha to Arsenal, right? Quicha or Nico Williams to Arsenal. Pace up front is definitely something that cannot be compromised over. So I think Nico Williams is going to come. We haven't yet heard any kind of rumors between or any kind of approach from Arsenal to PSG for Picha Kvaratskhelia. So I don't think that's possible right now. But you never know in the transfer market what could happen. As far as Nico Williams is there, Nico Williams is a more realistic target. No, Mourinho talking about Madrid. Oh, okay. अच्छा. अच्छा. ठीक है. My bad. अच्छा हाँ. If Quicha Kvaratskhelia comes to Real Madrid, it is over. Real Madrid will be too strong. I think he will actually be better in that position because he enjoys to assist a lot more. So, and the kind of presence he has close to the box is phenomenal. 2010s के विंगर बेस्ट थे. अरे वो क्या टाइम था यार, क्या टाइम था वो. ला लीगा सेकंड या थर्ड डिवीजन नहीं, इट इज खुद ही नहीं पता. रियल मैड्रिड फैंस डोंट नो कि उनकी ला लीगा में कौन कौन खेलता है. रेसिंग सैंटेंडर इज इन ला लीगा भाई. Jagmeet, so thank you so much for joining. And guys, please don't forget to like the stream. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you've not done so already. Would really appreciate it. Trying to get to 4,000 subs. हेलो के भाई, मैंने तो कल ही विश कर दिया. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन ऑन ब्रूनो जी आपको. यस आई नो. मैं आज सुबह उठा एंड द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट आई सॉ वाज दिस पोस्ट फ्रॉम 433 फुटबॉल और समथिंग लाइक दैट, जहां पे ब्रूनो वाज होल्डिंग एन आर्सेनल जर्सी एंड आई वाज लाइक ओह इट्स फाइनली डन, चलो आई विल मेक अ रील. एंड देन आई सॉ नीचे इट इज इमिनेंट, द साइनिंग इज इमिनेंट, इट इज जस्ट अबाउट टू हैपन. एंड आई गॉट सो पिस्ड ऑफ विद दैट. आई वाज लाइक कि भाई इसके बारे में बात करनी पड़ेगी. बट I am now very happy and very satisfied that Bruno Guimarães to Arsenal has finally happened. Super stoked. Archit, what's up? Thank you so much for joining. इससे याद आया, मैंने आज सारी गलत रील्स बना दी. मैंने टेड लासो के ऊपर रील बना दी, मैंने ब्रूनो गिमारेज आया नहीं उसके ऊपर रील बना दी. तो मैं काम करता हूँ, ब्रूनो गिमारेज वाली जो रील जिसमें वो नहीं आया उसको डिलीट कर देता हूँ बिकॉज दैट डजंट मेक सेंस एनीमोर. हाँ, ये मेरे को हटा देनी चाहिए. इसको आर्काइव कर देता हूँ. एक सेकंड रुकना गाइस, इसको आर्काइव कर देता हूँ वरना आई लुक लाइक अ फूल. Racing Santander was La Liga 2 champions and they defeated Villarreal and big clubs last year in Copa del Rey. लो, मजा ही आ जाएगा भाई, मजा ही आ जाएगा. We need a good backup goalkeeper. फीफा करियर मोड खेलेंगे. मैं काफी गालियां सुन चुका हूं क्योंकि मैंने नहीं खेला फीफा करियर मोड, बट आई हैव इट इन माय प्लान्स. बट ऑन द स्पॉट नहीं खेल सकता मैं कि खेलो तो अच्छा ठीक है अभी खेलता हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होता. मेरा भी मन होना चाहिए खेलने का. वाफी व्हाट्सएप, राइट नाउ विनी की मीटिंग चल रही है, मे बी फ्यू आवर्स में बहुत कुछ क्लियर होगा. एग्जैक्टली. मैड्रिड इज नेवर गोइंग टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज. वी लेट गो ऑफ रोनाल्डो Ramos and many others, we don't have value anyone over our club. Fair enough, fair enough. Can't I banter? बिल्कुल बिल्कुल banter, but don't spam. Banter बिल्कुल करो, but don't spam. No, I don't think so. Strike point is image rights, and they won't be giving him that because of the domino effect in future. That is one of the things that they have already mentioned कि अगर हमने इसको image rights का इतना बड़ा leeway दे दिया, then आगे हमको अपने सारे players के लिए देना पड़ेगा. For Vinicius, Arsenal is a better career choice. I would agree. Not under KV's rule. What? He can banter, yeah. Copy Ninja, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining. How are you? Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining the stream. क्या हाल है दोस्त? अरे यार चुप रहो दोनों तुम. आर्सेनल का 100% तो था ही नहीं, तो आर्सेनल को ट्रोल करना गलत होगा क्योंकि आर्सेनल ने बिड तो की ही नहीं. किसके लिए? You can't beat us is unfair since you have met us only twice in group stages. अच्छा ठीक है मेरे भाई, ठीक है ठीक है. अरे इस साल आ जाओ के भाई आयन स्कैट. पिछले साल कहाँ चला गया था फिर? पिछले साल क्यों गायब हो गया था? क्या कहाँ चला गया था यूसीएल? उसके बाद की पढ़ाई करनी है, कॉलेज है मेरा, आई हैव अ लाइफ, पता नहीं क्या क्या बकवास. जब हार गया था तो गायब हो जाता है कि रियल मैड्रिड हार गई, आई एम अ यूनाइटेड फैन. यूनाइटेड हार गई, आई एम अ रियल मैड्रिड फैन. दोनों हार गई, मेरे को पढ़ाई करनी है. व्हाट इज दिस क्रैप? ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. डिसअपॉइंटेड चाचा कह रहा है माय फोन हैज अ फीचर आई कैन गिव हिम वॉइस कमांड. सैमसंग. अच्छा इंटरेस्टिंग. नो मोरिनो टॉकिंग अबाउट मैड्रिड. अरे भाई मैं कमेंट्स में काफी पीछे चला गया. अर्चित हाउ आर यू? Dictator will punish you after drinking Madeira. Let's go. It's finally done. Yes, Archit, what a day, what a transfer, what a value we have gotten. Such an excellent player to our club. Absolutely fantastic. मैं इसके अच्छे points बोला था, but then we are also at the precipice of maybe Vinicius reaching some kind of a compromise either with Real Madrid, and if he does not renew, then the doors have really opened for Arsenal. अगर हो जाता है, that will be mad. That will be absolutely mad. डिलीट मत करो वो रील, लोग कमेंट करेंगे, अकाउंट पुश होगा. अरे नहीं नहीं ठीक है, डिलीट नहीं करा, आर्काइव कर दिया है. इट्स ओके. इट डजंट मेक सेंस नाउ, राइट? आई वाज जस्ट येलिंग अबाउट इट, बट आई मेक अभी मैं थोड़ी देर में मैं एक रील बनाऊंगा बाय 4 o'clock. तो गाइज प्लीज डू फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. माई इंस्टाग्राम लिंक्स आर इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन. प्लीज केवी रिएक्ट्स करके है इंस्टाग्राम पे. इफ यू हैवंट फॉलोड मी, प्लीज डू फॉलो मी. आई मेक मीम्स, football reactions and football explanation videos. Ted Lasso season 4 episode 1 has dropped on Apple TV Plus, so you can go check that out as well. उसका भी मैंने रील बनाया है, उसको केवल 200 व्यू मिले हैं. तो प्लीज follow me on Instagram as well. Can't wait for the season to begin. आज का गेम would you be doing live against Betis? आज है, आज है, आज है तो करना पड़ेगा. आज है तो करना पड़ेगा 100%. रात के 12 बजे है ना, करेंगे, बिल्कुल करेंगे. का न्यूकासल के लिए बुरा लगता है. दे थॉट अच्छे दिन आएंगे. आप तो सऊदी ओनर सेलिंग क्लब बन के रह गए. एंड सऊदी क्लब्स को भी थोड़ा सा रीवैल्यूएट करना पड़ेगा. सऊदी क्लब्स को भी अब थोड़ा सा रीवैल्यूएट करना पड़ेगा कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली देयर फ्यूचर इज विद न्यूकासल यूनाइटेड, बिकॉज एज वी कैन सी इट इज नॉट रियली गोइंग वेल फॉर देम. कि भी एक बार आर्सेनल की सारी साइनिंग्स लिस्ट डाउन करवा दे. हमने एक तो स्पर्स का एक 18-year-old डिफेंडर खरीदा है, क्रिस्टोस जोलिस खरीदा है क्लब ब्रूज से, एंड अब ब्रूनो गुइमारेस है. ये हमारे मेजर ट्रांसफर्स हैं. उसके अलावा नॉर्गार्ड हैज गॉन टू एवर्टन आई बिलीव, एंड बाकी एक और कौन सा बंदा गया है? एक और कोई प्लेयर गया है ना शायद. एक सेकंड चेक करता हूँ. लॉल, आज वेक्स की मारी जा रही है हर जगह से. नहीं, मैं उसकी मार नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं तो बस फैक्ट्स बता रहा हूँ कि उसने क्या करा था. कि भाई बिकम रिपोर्टर हु वेट आउटसाइड द पार्लियामेंट फॉर बिग ब्रेकिंग न्यूज. नहीं यार नहीं. आई मीन मतलब व्हाट अ बेकार, आई मीन नॉट अ बेकार जॉब. इट इज एक्साइटिंग यू नो, बट हैव यू सीन लाइक कभी आप एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में गए, आपने देखा कितनी भीड़ में जाके वो रिपोर्टर्स खड़े रहते हैं. दे लाइक रनिंग, फाइटिंग, शॉट में आने दो, शॉट के सामने मत आना, ये वो वगैरह, धक्का मुक्की चलती रहती है. वो सब नहीं, मुंबई लोकल की तरह वो लोग एक दूसरे को धक्का मारते रहते हैं. आई डोंट लाइक दैट. कॉपी निंजा कह रहा है धागे खोल दिए. इफ ब्रूनो जी स्टार्ट्स रेगुलरली व्हाट विल बी फॉर पॉसिबल मिडफील्ड? Guys, considering that Declan Rice is not going to be starting initially, I think Bruno Guimarães comes in straight away. Guimarães, Odegaard, uh, and either Merino, Miles Lewis Kelly get the nod. I don't think I see Zubimendi starting there abhi ke liye. But it could be Zubimendi भी start कर सकता है. He could get some game time. Uh, but there are plethora of options. Who are the mid? We have 8 midfielders. Eze could be on the left wing, or Eze could play center mid. Eze could be also there in the central midfield. So there are several options that we have. But I would like some of the youngsters to get a chance against Coventry. We will have to see. I definitely know that we all definitely know that Rice and Saliba are not going to be starting the season with Arsenal. But as it moves on, definitely there are going to be a lot more. मतलब जब वो लोग वापस आ जाएंगे, then it's going to be a little bit of a headache for Arteta कि किसको select करूं और किसको बाहर रखूं. वाफी कह रहा है भाई विनी का जो कॉन्टैक्ट पीबी चल रहा है, इसमें मैड्रिड की गलती है. उनको एम्बापे को कॉन्टैक्ट देने टाइम सोचना चाहिए था फ्यूचर में ऐसा. पीबी, व्हाट इज पीबी? कॉन्टैक्ट प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है, इसमें मैड्रिड की गलती है. उनको एम्बापे को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देने टाइम सोचना चाहिए था कि फ्यूचर में ऐसा प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. एंड ऑल्सो एम्बापे घंटा कुछ नहीं जीता मैड्रिड में, ये भी बात है. दैट इज ऑल्सो फैक्ट. ऐसे मत बोलो यार, डोंट से दिस, अच्छी बात नहीं है. संयम कह रहा है कि क्वीचा वोंट बी कमिंग, एंड स्पेशली इट्स पीएसजी, दे वोंट they would sell their club before selling a player to us. They would not sell Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. He's such a instrumental player, such a significant marquee player for PSG. I don't think I see him coming to Arsenal as a player. Where is Yash Bhav nowadays? Did he get lost in Japan, found love in Japan and settled there? यार मैंने मैसेज किया था उसको, है वो अभी. करता हूँ फिर से थोड़ा बातचीत वगैरह से, चालू वालू करता हूँ फिर से उसको. पता नहीं कहाँ है वो. मैड्रिड वालों, ये तुम्हारे रोनाल्डो फैन बॉयज की, तुम्हारे क्लब की धी पेट दुआ करो कि ना आए. This is a new law for football journalism: fake rumors, paid PR campaigns and low credibility. ये तो भाई I would absolutely agree. इतनी मारामारी चल रही है ना for being the first, and वो प्लेटनबर्ग वाली भी जो रिपोर्ट आई थी, जो लफड़ा चल रहा था between him and Romano and everybody else. तो I completely agree with that. मारामारी तो बहुत है. It is really really bad. This season's playing 11 and style will shock everybody. I agree, Daddy Dorado. I think that this season's Arsenal is going to be completely different. First of all, they're already champions, so that pressure is off. That pressure is off that we are champions. Now they have to defend that trophy. And everybody else is बाकी सारी जो टीम्स है ना, आपके लिवरपूल हो गई, यूनाइटेड हो गई, आपके चलो यूनाइटेड already had carried last season for quite a long time, so their system is going to be a little bit in place. Iraola is going to employ somewhat of a similar system that was there during the Klopp era, not exactly the same, but in his own style. We saw what he did with Bournemouth, and Bournemouth के साथ उसने बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छे results achieve करे थे, and Bournemouth looked very sharp last season. But with this Liverpool squad, it'll be very interesting to see how they get the job done. Although I still have doubts about their defensive prowess. उसके अलावा चेल्सी को लेके लोग काफी कह रहे हैं, because Chelsea are not going to be playing that many games. It could be that Chelsea could be one of the teams that finishes third this season under Xabi Alonso, under the players that they've already signed. Morgan Rogers is going to be there. आपके Jordan Henderson is now there, so they have quality leadership. They have experience and a mix of youth. So it'll be very interesting to see. And the biggest thing is that Chelsea will not have to face the brunt of fatigue, क्योंकि उनको इतने सारे मैचेस खेलने की जरूरत नहीं है. एंड मैन यूनाइटेड ऑन द अदर हैंड विल हैव टू सफर. हो सकता है स्पर्स कुड बी रिजुविनेटेड. स्पर्स जिस हिसाब से साइनिंग्स करी है उन लोगों ने, एंड अंडर डिजर्बी दे कुड हैव एन अपलिफ्टिंग सीजन. एंड बट यू नो, लाइक लेट्स, स्पर्स अपने स्पर्स वाले काम करती रहती है, तो क्या पता क्या करे. Mastantuono loaned off to Fiorentina. Here we go. Done. चलो भाई, उसके लिए भी अच्छा ही है, उसके लिए भी अच्छा ही है. Starred. अच्छा, it's good for him. इतने टाइम मीटिंग चलती है क्या भाई? इतने टाइम मीटिंग डेफिनेटली चलती है. अगर आप जब भी आप लोग कभी नौकरी वोकरी करोगे, तो अगर आपको कोई सीरियस या बड़ा डिसीजन लेना होगा तो 3 या 4 घंटे से ज़्यादा, इनफैक्ट दिनों दिनों मीटिंग चलती है. 2-3 दिन कभी मीटिंग चलती रहती है. तो ऐसा भी होता है, लाइक 3-4 घंटे की मीटिंग, 6 घंटे की मीटिंग, ऐसा भी होता है. बट वो बड़े लेवल की मीटिंग होती है. लाइक ऐसी मीटिंग नहीं कि अच्छा ये आज हमारा HR का सेमिनार है, ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ें नहीं करनी चाहिए, ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ें करनी चाहिए, वगैरह वगैरह. तो अभी आई थिंक आरुष माइट बी जॉइनिंग अस. तो हम थोड़ा ब्रूनो गिमारेस के बारे में बात करेंगे. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस ऑन हाउ ब्रूनो गिमारेस गोना फिट एट आर्सेनल एंड व्हाट आवर मिडफील्ड इज गोना लुक लाइक, सो आरुष के साथ हम थोड़ी सी बातचीत करेंगे. आरुष इज एक्चुअली ट्रेनिंग टू बी अ स्काउट, अ फुटबॉल स्काउट. तो अगर आप में से कोई फुटबॉल खेलता है तो प्लीज रीच आउट टू हिम ऑन ट्विटर. मजाक कर रहा हूँ. ही इज अ sports data analyst. I don't know. He's something. Do check out his blogs on Shutterstack. If you want the link, I'll share it on my profile. So very nice guy. To all the Barca fans, worry about your finances. Also, Mbappe घंटा कुछ नहीं जीता in our worst 2 seasons. European Golden Boot, which is twice highest UCL scorer last season. देख लेंगे, तुम अपना देख लो. लास्ट सीजन मरते मरते लीग जीते हो, खुश रहो. 1 UCL जीतो. अरे यार क्या, व्हाट इज द भौंकना एंड ऑल. Now I don't want to. Hey Bhagwan. He is not a like to like replacement. देखो, from what I know about Bruno Guimarães is that he plays as a number 8 and as a number 6. One of his biggest strengths is ball progression. So that is something that he does really well. एक सेकंड पूछ लेता हूँ आपसे. हाँ बस आ ही रहा है. हाँ ठीक है, 2 minutes guys, 2 minutes में we'll just have a nice long discussion on Bruno Guimarães. By the way, if you don't know, I now have a sofa on which I sit. So do be prepared for this season because I will be streaming from the sofa. And you know what that means? That means sofa streams. Sofa score nahi, sofa streams. Sofastreams.com. मेरी नई वेबसाइट का नाम. No, कोई लेना मत. Sofastreams.com. That'll be amazing. वहां मेरे बिस्तर पे, as you can see, दारा बैठा हुआ है, chilling and having fun. कल रात को मैंने रेड डेड रिडेम्पशन की स्ट्रीम करी 6 घंटे भाई. 6 घंटे 6 घंटे की मैंने स्ट्रीम करी कल रात. केवी भाई, टॉप गनर्स करने का कुछ प्लान है? टॉप गनर्स में से एक मेंबर को तो अभी आ रहा है बस 2 मिनट में, तो बस 2 मिनट दो. ही इज जस्ट गोना बी हियर एंड फिर ब्रूनो गिमारेस के बारे में बात करेंगे. चैट एक्साइटेड हो गई एकदम से. जैसे ही मैंने सोफे की बात करी, एवरीबॉडी गॉट सुपर एक्साइटेड कि क्या कंटेंट देखने को मिलेगा. मेंबर्स ओनली members only content on sofastreams.com. And just with that, what's up my friend? Long time no see. Congratulations. I am doing all good. I was just telling everybody that I got a new chair, which is a sofa. So I shall be streaming. Can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All good. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. What's up? What are you
Achha,
discussing?
so just nah, these guys are discussing something silly. I have a lot of Real Madrid fans, like more excited about the meeting that is currently going on between Vinicius Junior his agency and Real Madrid. So we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
just monitoring that situation, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But now since you're here, I mean I had a little bit of a cheat sheet on me as to how Bruno Guimarães comes to Arsenal and how does he immediately improve the side, because word on the street is that um, Declan Rice is going to be rested for a while, and Saliba obviously is not going to feature. So we can take those
Yeah.
two names out. Crucial names, crucial players for our team. However, just give us a profile on Guimaraes. What from what I've been told, he's a number eight, but he can play as a number six as well. Ball progression is one of his strengths, and opening up low blocks is something that he does very well, which is what Arsenal at times struggles to
Yeah.
do. However, then people were countering to the fact that if you want to break low block, you need a striker, or you need strikers that can, be available at the right position. So, what do you feel? KMR to chalo aage, 75 million, great signing, and you can give us a little bit of your input on that. What does he bring to Arsenal now?
I think one of the biggest factors that he brings is that he's just established in the Premier League, right? He's someone who can like just set up the tempo, he can orchestrate the possession, especially from central areas, because that is something that we've lacked of. And additionally, that
Hmm.
we've already spoken about that Declan Rice is supposed to be getting his rest right now due to his fatigued calendar that he's had. So he's just someone who's going to be very dynamic in like connecting play. He doesn't really have any weaknesses in terms of his defensive play or offensive play. Additionally, he brings so much more in comparison to what someone like a Rice would bring, someone like a Zubimendi would bring. He just brings like an amalgamation of like everything, right? He can like constantly move in between the lines. He
Hmm.
can play as a box to box. He can do the dirty work in terms of
Hmm.
the fouling and in terms of physically putting himself there. And he's just someone who can also crash the box, because I think one of the biggest outliers that he can provide is something that can only not only crash the box, but also in terms of like shooting from range. And he's someone who can like
Hmm.
test the goalkeeper, who can combine within the pockets of space in the half spaces, and also like elevate the left hand side, which we are waiting to elevate since Xhaka left. So he is one guy who
Yeah.
could do that. I mean, obviously, when Rice is fit, you would want to think that Bruno Guimaraes should take up Zubimendi's spot, and that is more than fair enough because he can either do that, he can either play as an eight, Rice can play as a six. So we can have like lots of
Hmm.
permutations, combinations in terms of like what we want to see in a particular game, and he just brings loads of experience, man. And we all know how difficult
Hmm.
it is to face him. So now that he's in our side,
Yeah.
it's just like we're just blessed to have him in terms of things.
I remember last season when we were about to play Newcastle, it was one of those moments where we had to win the game because there was that
Hmm.
the gap of points was closing down, and the news that Guimaraes had returned from injury was a worrying sign for Arsenal fans. And I myself was like, oh my god, like this happens to us every single time. Like whenever we have a
Yeah.
crucial game in front of us, their key player comes back from injury or something like that happens, and that is the kind of influence he had. Not only that,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I think he was Newcastle's top scorer uh,
Oh,
last season. I am not
that's pretty
confirmed
cool.
on this, but I mean Newcastle didn't have a great season. That being said,
Yeah.
I think what Guimaraes now offers us is what we've been looking for quite a while. Now, I don't want to bring up this name, but Thomas Partey used to offer us a lot of physicality and a lot of that pivot that he used to play, like the transition from defense to attack.
Hmm.
Thomas Partey used to play a very key role in that transition.
Yeah.
And the good thing about Partey was that he could hold his own. Hold his own. He had
Yeah.
the technical ability to. He had a good first touch, and he had good vision to pass the ball forward. He had
Yeah.
great positioning ability, and he had great physicality, which is why he could like shoulder off and eat up challenges, and that is
Yeah.
required. Like that is one of the key requirements in that particular position. I think Guimaraes not exactly similar, but to a certain extent allows us to play that way again, allows us to play
Yeah.
through the middle, allows us to transition um, a lot more comfortably than we were previously with Zubimendi. I remember, even though with the ball Zubimendi is brilliant, although when he lost his confidence towards the end of the season, especially in that game against West Ham, it was visible that he lacked confidence. He was concerned with each every time he got the ball. He was concerned, what should I do with it now? He was unsure, and that is like you can't have that in the midfield, and I think that's why he was taken off. So now with Guimaraes, we, as you said, a very experienced player, a person who wants to win trophies. I think he definitely does, because the way Newcastle played in that Carabao Cup last season, last season, sorry, and the way Newcastle played in the Premier League as well. I think they were playing Champions League also at that time. So
Yeah.
this is a guy who has earned his stripes at Newcastle.
Hmm.
He became captain of Newcastle. So it is not someone ki like अच्छा ठीक है अब मैं आ जाता हूँ and this and that. He wants to come to Arsenal. He's going to be playing Champions League football. He has uh, elevated the league at which he used to play. This is someone who is going to not just be someone who is going to be rotated on and off. He is going to be a
Yeah.
very instrumental part of the squad. अभी मैं एक दक्ष का tweet देख रहा था where he had listed down the number of midfielders we have. It is 8 right now. So this is another subject that I wanted to talk about. With Guimaraes coming in, we have Declan Rice, we have Bruno G, we have Eze, we have Odegaard, we have MLS, we have Nwaneri. Um, who am I
Merino,
missing? Who are the two
Havertz,
am I missing?
if you want to count them. Merino and Havertz.
Merino and Havertz.
Zubimendi, you can count
Uh,
Zubimendi.
Zubimendi, yeah, Zubimendi.
Yeah.
So these are the 8 midfielders that we have. Now the next question is जिसके बारे में मेरे को भी थोड़ा सा concern है. Uh, Nwaneri and Miles Lewis Kelly. What do you feel like with this introduction? Because we have 8 midfielders. Good thing that we have to rotate. Long season, 4 tournaments we're playing. We have played before. Rotation is important. What is your thought on that? How is that? How is
I
that going to
think
be managed?
Yeah, I think what Mikel Arteta at the end of last season spoke about himself was rotation very much because he spoke a lot about the PSG route of things as to how they can have two separate squads that play a Champions League, two separate squads that can play their cup games apart from the Champions League and also League One. So you have an option in Miles Lewis Kelly, who's not going to be the most boisterous in terms of getting his minutes, but when he does, he's going to prove himself. So MLS is someone
Hmm.
who's just been promoted into midfield minutes, and we're seeing it right now in preseason. And probably he would be a starter tonight as well against who do we play tonight? Who do we play tonight?
Who?
Who are we playing tonight? Who can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Can you hear me right now? Betis. Yeah, we're playing Real Betis. So the thing is, what
Okay.
I'm trying to say is, the fact that Miles Lewis Kelly has actually made himself available in midfield minutes and proven himself both on like the um, Premier League side of things, on the Champions League side of things, previously against the Real Madrid Cup games that we've very synonymously known. The fact that he is someone
Hmm.
who is going to give us an option from fullback as well, I think he's someone you just cannot look to sell because you are looking at your homegrown option who's proven himself, who is on the top of his game physically that you would want to have in your midfield prospects, is still very young. And instead of going abroad and looking like a Boadi or stuff like that, you have your own homegrown option who's ready to do that. And for minimal wages, for a
Hmm.
minimal contract as well, until because his extension is to a period for a couple of years more as now. So I think
Hmm.
MLS is someone who shouldn't be moved at all. But I think this picture completely drastically changes when it comes to Ethan Vaneri because we all know how poor his spell at Marseille ended up happening.
Marseille.
So
Mhm.
We obviously know how he's also grown up to be a new mature piece of an individual that Mikel spoke of in the recent interview as well when he played the first preseason game. So in the end,
Mm.
it is a little bit of traffic in terms of midfield numbers. So I think what is being said, and there are multiple suitors for one area as well. So the thing is that we might just see him being sold,
Mm.
but there is something that you can do as a club in order to make the most value out of it. Either you put a buyback or you put at least a heavy 15 to 20% sell on that would eventually make you
Mm.
profit out of the deal eventually, like eventually in a couple of years when he's sold further on, because you're expecting him to earn more than what he would earn right now in terms of wages, in terms
Right.
of a transfer fee as well, right? So my ideal choice would be the Bundesliga. We have AC Milan spoken of. We have Dortmund. We have Leipzig, and we have a couple of other clubs as well who've been in the race to sign him, according to multiple journalists. So I think eventually he is someone who's going to be moved off. Why? Also because of someone like a Max Daumann, because you're supposed to make the pathway
Mm.
quite early on for someone like him. So there is not much of a debate that you can end up doing. And we know how it's turned out with Arteta and Waneri previously as well. And we know Waneri's camp
Mm.
is a bit rigid in terms of what they want. We saw his brother's team right now, who was very close to leaving the academy, Emerson Waneri, but he's
Mm.
back in the
Mm.
squad and balling right now in China. So that's how it is.
Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna take a couple of comments real quick. Interestingly, he was one of the best in Premier League for vertical passes. I don't think he will be a good box crasher because in both Brazil and Newcastle, he came into the ball late timing and runs. Anything on that?
That is basically what box crashing is. You time the run when you're not really spotted,
Mm.
and that's how box crashing at its best works. So I'm just saying it's a potential that we can use because that's how our left center mid was to be used after Xhaka was supposed to be replaced, but we didn't see much of it. Havertz tried doing
Mm.
it. Havertz did it the other day as well. The 30-minute cameo
Mm.
that he played against Girona. So that is something that could be worked out as well.
20% of the 75 million goes to Leon, so it's fine. Against Morocco, he did not race into the space just inside the box, pulled away to combine with Vinicius for Brazil's equalizer.
Yeah.
Okay, Betis. Archit पूछ रहा है, what are your opinions on our option in the front line or the lack of it?
Hmm. I mean, we're pretty stacked. Only the thing is that we need a superstar on the left wing. That is why we're just aimlessly chasing for a Vinicius who is bound to who's bound to attract an offer himself. So we don't know what's actually going on. Then eventually you have someone like a Julian Alvarez who is bending over for Barcelona, and we are just there at the second choices yet
Hmm.
again. So I think if this doesn't work out, I really have no clue because there are absolutely no reports as to who is our other alternative. Because, bro, what are we doing? We are almost at the end of it. If it's either make or break with Vinny, right? And I think if Vinny does come, Martinelli is sold directly. And Al Hilal is someone who's mentioned like yesterday, so he's also an alternative to jeopardize his way outside.
So, should like Vinicius comes, Martinelli leaves. Who do we have as a backup on the left wing? Eze?
You have
Is that going to
Zualis and
be
you have Eze, right?
right? Okay, so Martinelli is out then in that case. How much do you
Yeah.
think he would go for?
Realistically, 45 is what I think. Should be getting at least 60, according to how the market is going.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's lower than what I expected. I was thinking somewhere north of 70, but
I'm
that's
just
just
being
me.
respectable towards the club because we know
Uh,
how poor
I
they are
hated
in certain
Guimaraes at
areas.
Newcastle. Yeah, I hated Guimaraes at Newcastle. Now I hate him more. Jimmy, Chelsea fan, of course, hates everything. uh, Interesting. Okay. Moving on to the next thing about this transfer is what do you feel the amount 75 million for a 28-year-old? From what I was having a chat with everybody, and there was certain a small minority of people who were saying that this is too much for a player who's 28, who's past his prime. I mean, I don't believe that he is past his prime. I believe he is in his prime. I believe this is, people fail to understand sometimes that central midfield is a job that can done by someone who has experience, like Martin Odegaard. How old is he? How old is Martin right now?
I think
Um,
26 or 28, one of
what
those.
is he? 27.
Yeah, I think so. Let me
Odegaard
just check.
is
Yep, he is. How old is he, bro? 27.
27. Okay, yeah. So Martin Odegaard is 27. When
Yep.
you need to be at least 25 years old, or have a certain amount of experience in central midfield to be able to have a, commanding presence there. I think when you're on the wings, like you can have that, you can have that flair life, but in central midfield the risks are far more. If you lose the ball in the center of the pitch, you're going to get punished for it very heavily. So I feel that getting a player at the age of 26, 27 in the midfield is a very good sign, because I feel that he has the right amount of experience of, especially when it comes to decision making in the central mid. So what do you feel like 75 million for a 28-year-old of Guimarães' experience? What do you feel that the price is? Is it the right
Absolute
price? Do you
bargain,
think we
bro.
got him
Absolute
on a
bargain.
bargain?
Yeah, I think it is a bargain because you're looking at Newcastle's biggest asset. You're looking at the captain. You're looking at someone who's proven on the front, both club level, international
Mm.
level for his side. Although he's not won much with Brazil, but he is the central figure. And if you're talking about age concerns, I think the biggest concern people have is that, oh, when he turns 31, you won't get any resale value, bro. You are not looking for a resale value if a player is giving you a Premier League title and Champions League title in a single season or in a couple of seasons. Because you look at Newcastle selling a Tonali, who is what, 26 for what, 100 odd million. Why? Because of the agent fees. I think we've negotiated really, really well in order to come to a compromise that, okay, your club captain wants to leave you, and we are going to
Mm.
offer the lowest that we can because we started our first bid with 60, right, which was rejected, and we've come to a
Yeah.
conclusion at 75. So that's really good if you put into consideration as to how well we've actually looked to do this deal, only because personal terms were not a problem at all. So you're looking at someone who's
Mm.
obviously, see, I can give you examples of someone like a Pirlo when he came back and won like four Serie A titles at 32. I can give you an example of Fernandinho who joined City when he was 28 and won like what, five league titles in a row and stuff like that. But bro,
Mm.
you're looking at value for money on one of the best midfielders in the world. So I don't think age is something
Mm.
that you talk about, and especially with how inflated the market is, I think 75 is very, very cheap for him. He could have
Mm.
easily gone for 100
I
million, just like
agree.
a Tonali.
I remember a lot of people were criticizing us when I don't know whether this was rumor or it was fact. I wasn't very invested in transfer market back then, but people were saying, considering that Elliot Anderson and who's the other guy who went for 100 plus, Rogers. Chelsea paid how much, 130 something for Rogers,
70.
considering
Yeah.
that they were paying, है ना? तो I they were like, कि, why isn't Arsenal ready to pay 100 million plus for Guimaraes? Right, that is what we were being criticized for. They were like, that's the asking price, you got to pay it. This is the market. This is how it happens. Why are you cheaping out? It's not about cheaping out. Like, I think people who don't have 100 million are the first to say that spend the 100 million. It's not even their money.
Exactly.
It's just so easy to talk on the internet. Okay, what's it, but when it comes to micromanaging finances, which is how finances should always be managed, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Finances are never a joke. You can't be like throwing away money because you don't know where the bottom is. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. This Morgan Rogers deal that has happened, uh, I mean, we saw what happened, and Chelsea probably should have learned with the whole Mudrik situation and other situations as well, and now they've actually gotten themselves into quite a pickle with the whole transfer ban and everything. So yes, Morgan
Yeah.
Rogers, great signing, wonderful signing, overpaid for him, 100% overpaid for him. But now they will have to, now Yabi Alonso has that pressure on his head that he has to ensure that the signing, that the extra money that was
works out.
spent on Morgan Rogers has to return tenfold. They have to
Yep.
get solid success. And considering Chelsea's schedule this season, they don't really have to compete for any other trophies. They don't have that, the rigorous schedule that United are going to have, we are going to have. They are most likely possibly going to be focusing on getting into Champions League football, which I feel the kind of squad that they have, the manager they have, they would comfortably be able to do.
Mhm.
But will they be able to get the best out of Morgan Rogers? I remember when Pedro Neto had come to Chelsea for a reasonable amount of duration. Everybody was very happy with Pedro Neto. They're like, he's fast, he's sharp. Like, look how he gets in the box and this and that. And then suddenly that interest, and they start getting bored, and they were like, now I want someone else. Now I'm bored. It's just like a spoiled kid who's gotten bored of his old toy, and now I want a new toy. So and then like somebody gives them 130 million toy, and they're like, okay, 117 million toy, like, here you go, now play with this. And if that toy doesn't work out, then I don't like this toy, sell it to somebody else, give me another toy. So this kind of financial spending is actually irresponsible, I feel. And I mean, I'm not trying to criticize Chelsea or this and that, but it's kind of become a pattern. And what I'm actually trying to do with this argument is I'm trying to defend why Arsenal held out for 75 mil at the end, because that was the right money for the player. It was the right amount, because negotiations have to like have meaning. I mean, obviously, because of social media and everything else, everyone's Chelsea fans and other Arsenal rivals who don't really like the club, most of them, they were all very like, ha, you should have paid 117. Chelsea stole him from your nose. I mean, if somebody is paying 30 million more, then they haven't really stolen anything. Like they just, I want it, so take it. You overpaid for it. Now you have
Yeah.
to, get the returns out of that. It is your pressure, it is your headache to deal with. We got 75 million, and we got Bruno Guimarães for 75 million. This is something that everyone can go home and sleep at night, right? The board can sleep at night, manager can sleep at night, player can sleep at night, fans can sleep at night, knowing that we paid the right amount of money. And this is, I feel, this is something that isn't spoken about enough in football, that holding out for the right player and holding out for the right amount is a very crucial part of running a successful football club. Arsenal did not come at the level that they have right now by overspending. In fact, we were penny pinchers. We used to save money at any cost, especially during the Arsene Wenger era. We used to, like, somehow we
Especially.
are now in this position where we can spend money, but overspending money, that's I think, as a club, where we've always drawn a line. And I think that is one of the reasons why I like Arsenal, because you get to learn something from that. So I think 75 million for the player that we have, for a player that everyone on the Premier League, every single fan base is saying that this is a fantastic signing considering the players that Arsenal already have, is something that is a very positive outlook. Because once you make 130 million, 117 million signing, the fanfare is there initially, but when the season actually starts and the performances kick in, like it happened. But I mean, I think Rogers will take at least a couple of seasons. I think we saw it with Caicedo as well. Remember when Caicedo came to Chelsea?
Yep.
I remember he gave away a red card. He gave away a penalty, got a red card in his opening game, something like that, and then
Mhm.
his performances weren't at par. But then eventually he became a lethal center defensive midfielder, one of the best in the Premier League at this point. So I think Rogers के लिए थोड़ा सा time लगेगा. He has signed a 6-year deal. So let's see what happens. एक second में फटाफट से, I missed out on comments because I'm monologuing for so long. Bargain considering current Premier League market. He'll be a free agent only if he doesn't renew. Also, if he doesn't renew, we'll sell him. हाँ, तो एक सवाल था कि जिमी ने पूछा था कि KY Vinicius will be a free agent next year. The only thing Arsenal should have wait for his contract to run up and then get him. If his contract runs up, he will get far more attractive offers from other clubs. Far more attractive offers.
And Real Madrid
I
will
think Man
never
United
let
will
that
be the first
happen.
to jump on. The biggest club in England and everything. So,
Yeah.
uh, Where was I? Where was I? Madrid will not let him go on a free either. Yeah, I don't think so. That's going to happen. Why is this not working? But कई भाई आर्सेनल were also ready to pay over 100 million for Rodgers. तब भी तो overpay ही था. He just rejected you guys. Also, we sent. Is this what happened? Is this true? He rejected
No,
us when we were paying
no,
over 100 million. No, right?
no,
I don't think
that's not what
there's any
happened.
truth to that.
What
We were
happened
holding on.
was
Can
you
you?
mutually,
Hmm.
yeah, can you hear me?
Hmm.
Uh, So what I was saying is that Arsenal are mutually agreed to the fact that bro, we're not going to be overpaying for a talent that we've scouted for a couple of years for the fact that the market has inflated. Because if you see, in May was when we had initially gotten our targets set on him. There was no club-to-club talks, but personal terms were agreed back then. Then you saw multiple deals going through, the Chelsea deals. I mean, not the
Hmm.
Chelsea deals, the Tottenham deals, especially the Tonalis, the Matheus Fernandeses going forward. And that's when you did realize that Aston Villa could also up their ask. And that's when Arsenal were asked if they would want to match their offer,
Hmm.
and Arsenal completely backed off. That is what happened, and that is what Ornstein's reported. That's what Gunnar Blog has reported in his athletic piece as well. So there is no rewriting what actually happened, that Arsenal didn't actually pay for it. So that's just what happened.
KVY, same can be said for Arsenal considering how you guys got bored of Zubimendi just half a season. I am not bored of Zubimendi. I am concerned for him. I know that when he's on the ball, he's a great player. He can deliver those passes. I've seen him doing that. My concern is that a couple of bad performances affect his decision making ability. He gets nervous. I can see it on the pitch. I can see it. Like that is why I'm concerned. I'm not bored of him. I really want the Martin Zubimendi that we signed from Sociedad to show up. But it's just that his defensive attributes are left wanting by a long shot from what I've seen.
Yep.
Like his positioning, his alertness when we're defending, especially in that very crucial role in the center. Like they're running around him, and he doesn't know what to do. So he doesn't know where to be, and like and then he feels. Sometimes I feel that Zubimendi thinks it's his fault, and I
Yeah,
remember that game where all the Arsenal players, and when
went to
Zubimendi
yeah,
won man of the match, all the Arsenal players were congratulating him. Trying to build his enthusiasm up. These are signs when you're playing in a team. You can see that your boy is struggling. He needs your help, and I feel
yeah,
that this World Cup and this period away, I hope it encouraged him to maybe not physically, but mentally
mentally.
work on some of those areas where he needs to definitely improve. No one has given up on Zubimendi. I'm not one of those players who gives up on either of our players. Guys, I have seen players like Arshavin ball and then completely collapse. Towards the end of his Arsenal stint. I've seen many players come and go, but I've never essentially given up on them. Abu Dhabi, I remember, long spell away on injury, but never ever gave up. I was always like, well, the day Diaby comes back, he's going to ball. But then he came back, played 3 games, got injured again. So you don't give up on your players like that. So I have seen that, I've gone through that, and no matter what happens, like we have seen performances from him, and I will always have respect for that, and always be hopeful that he is going to show up. He is going to show up. I hope that Arteta and the staff, the backroom staff, are going to work on these issues, help Zubimendi out so that he can or maybe we can just try a different system while Zubimendi is on the pitch. Maybe we can have some extra support for him during that time so that he can do his thing. Like just adjust and be open to adjusting. And I think that the team, the kind of chemistry that we have in the dressing room right now, I think the players would be um, more than happy to adjust for any other player. I think we've seen that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, K bhai, Chelsea sell as well. K bhai, we are the best sellers in the league. That's a very sad flex, by the way. That's all you do. All you do is sell. All you do is buy and sell. You are the Sabzi Mandi. a very premium supplementary. Like you're the Limarche of Limarche of the Premier League. Like if you want to buy good quality products, you go to Chelsea. They'll sell it. They'll sell you pretty much the same thing, but they'll sell it to you for a premium. But no disrespect, no disrespect. You do sell pretty well. Chelsea gave money to Aston Villa. To Chelsea gave money to
Exactly.
Aston Villa to Garnacho as well. It's a very fishy, stinky deal. They
This
did.
is this
I
is
did
like
not know this. What
money,
happened?
bro. This is money laundering on the top of its, bro. I think it's a compulsory purchase that they've put on his loan for a 60 million price for Garnacho. So this is the same as last season, if you don't remember, Ian Martson when he joined Aston Villa and they sold some guy called Kellyman for like some 35 million. All these shady
Uh
deals
huh.
have been happening between the two, just like
Ah.
this. And if you're
See,
thinking
Jimmy.
Morgan
See what
Rogers
you're
for like
doing.
117, exactly. It is very blimey. You cannot say that there is no amount of financial frauds involved when it comes to Chelsea. So I think it's pretty well known since the Abramovich time. So let's just not talk about it.
Nobody is getting Bruno in place of Zubimendi. We just guys. We have to play 4 tournaments. 4 tournaments. We need that depth. It's like saying I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know who to compare. It's like, like we're just strengthening our squad just because we're getting premium players and we have premium players at in backup also. Remember last season, everyone was saying that our bench could be a Premier League playing 11 on its own. It could be. Ricardo Calafiori, Piero Hincapié on left back. Who has that? Don't tell me. We have Christian Mosquera at centre back. Maybe we could use another centre back. Hurrian Timber struggling with injuries. Ben White we have for him to replace. The right hand side could be a little bit better because Timber struggles with injury, but we have quality replacements and we have quality players. Any one of those players on his day could have a massive influence on our playing. So we don't buy to replace someone, we buy to strengthen our already strong positions. It's just like cementing that foundation that because we're going to have a long season, we need players to reinforce and to take the pressure off the players who are already playing in the starting 11. That is the objective of these signings, of signing premium players in these positions. What and who defines the right amount of money? What is your definition of overspending? Like if I'm just buying something to show off, like let's say there's a tablet that's available for 20,000, and I'm like, like I'm like, what? I'm gonna buy it for 50,000. Fuck it. I got money, man. I got money. Like I'm that stupid. But that is what I call overspending for no reason. And okay, so now I'm a club owner, right? um, I will. There's a player available for 80 million if you just hold out. Not me. Not me. Yeah, how dare they? You know what? Pay 120. Shut them up. I want him now. I want him tomorrow. I want him shaking my hand tomorrow morning during breakfast. That's what I want. I'm going to pay 120 to do that. It's my money. I can do whatever I want. That is what I say. 120. And trust me, people who have money, they do this kind of shit. Okay, they most of the times they do this kind of shit just for shits and giggles. They always do that. Did Onstein personally call you to tell this? Wow, wow, Samir. Any response to that? Oh my goodness, he's my brother, guys. Just relax. Jimmy says Bruno G is 28, Morgan Rogers is 24 with a higher potential than Bruno, so the deal is fair for Rogers in this market. Is it? Uh, is it fair? Is it fair?
I,
No, wait.
I mean,
The word
overpay
used
is never
here
fair.
is fair. It could have been better. Had you haggled a little bit, it could have been better. But it is a little bit above average, so to speak. You know what? You know what? It's not my headache anymore. It was your money. You got the player. You need to qualify for Champions League. It's not my headache anyway. Like we are already where we are. It is now up to Chelsea to get the best out of him. It was Chelsea's money, and we shall see what we shall see. I have never in my life heard a more stupider comment. Today the world will remember the day when Real Madrid beat Arsenal without playing on the field. Goated. You guys, it is not even Real Madrid's fault that they have such fans. Some of them, it's just I don't understand where it comes from. But you know what? I understand that you just want to coax a reaction, but it's totally cool. I think अभी तो आवाज आ रही है. I think ये पहले का है.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm
Thank
going
you.
to leave.
Thank
Honestly,
you. अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है. Thank you so much
okay.
for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And we shall see you very soon, hopefully, whenever you're free. ठीक
Yep.
है. You have a
Yep.
wonderful day, man. Thanks, buddy.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
You. ओके अब मैं बाकी के कमेंट्स भी लेता हूँ. Uh, हाँ अब मैं बाकी के कमेंट्स ले लेता हूँ. वेयर इज दैट वो गाड़ी हिली क्या आगे क्या मड्रिड एक्स्ट्रा क्या बता रहा है. लेट मी हैव अ लुक. एक सेकंड मैं अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ फिर से. And I will be taking comments, guys. I will be taking all of your comments. So we are still seeing the same visuals. We have not seen any other update as of yet. uh, While Arsenal had discussed personal terms with the player, they were unwilling to meet Aston Villa's high asking price, allowing Chelsea to step in with a lucrative bid and secure the deal. Fair enough. Fair enough. So that's fair. Outbid. We were trying to haggle. You paid the money. You got the guy. Fair enough. While Arsenal had tracked the Aston Villa attacker extensively and agreed on personal terms, their internal valuation capped him at 90 to 100 million max. So Chelsea just paid like 20 million extra. Fair enough. Blood said no disrespect. Okay, fine, fine. KB bhai, jaise if I offer you the same specs for an iPhone and Android, you would buy iPhone regardless. More than overspending, I think it's more of demand and supply. Hmm. Fair, eh? Demand and supply is fair, but what if it was a really good Android? And I'm already using Android. I'm more comfortable using Android. But yeah, I know if I have to make quality content, I need iPhone. So I understand your point. Yeah, he's back. He's back. He thought that I wouldn't be alert at 3:30 in the afternoon, much less 1:30 in the morning. Congrats, Bruno's class. Please give me shout out. This was not good. Not your best attempt. Jimmy says, अब कई बार चेल्सी के पास पैसा है तो वो स्पेंड करते हैं. These owners have very high egos. They just want deal to get done. That's why they are good sellers as well. Fair enough. Fair enough. That I have heard that about them. It is one of their go-to things. Chelsea owners actually historically have very high egos, but it is what it is, I guess. कम से कम यूनाइटेड जैसे तो नहीं है. एक प्लेयर साइन करने में 1 महीना लगता है और वो प्लेयर भी एंड में नहीं आता. गाइस आप बताओ. अच्छा ठीक है. लेट मी आस्क द क्वेश्चन टू द चैट. व्हाई डोंट यू रेट बोथ Andre Santos and Yuri Tielemans signs 1 out of 10 for Man United? What do you guys think? 1 out of 10. Yuri Tielemans and Andre Santos. I think we've had a big discussion on Bruno Guimarães, how he's going to fit, the value of money and all that stuff. So let's discuss some of these other signings that have also happened. 3 out of 10. Why? चलो पहले सब अपने ratings बता दो. उसके बाद I'll ask you why do you feel that it's such a low number. You have such great personality. I love you, your aura. What are your stream timings? आज तो मैंने randomly कर लिया. I don't know कि शाम को मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. ओहो मैंने private chat पढ़ी नहीं थी. Okay. 7. Copy Ninja says 7. Okay. United fighting for Conference League for sure. Like the stream, cuties, and subscribe. Yes, guys, please make sure 25 people watching. Please like the stream. Would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all those who have done so already. क्या? ओह, ओके। रात को आज हो जाए के वी भाई पेग अलोंग यार, डिपेंड करता है। आई मीन आई वुड लव टू, यू नो आई वुड, बट आई थिंक आई हैव सम वर्क टुमारो। तो देखता हूँ इफ आई कैन गेट आउट ऑफ इट तो बढ़िया है, if नहीं तो अगर हो जाता है ठीक है, नहीं होता है तो फिर पार्टी करेंगे और क्या। हाँ ओके। रेटिंग्स रेटिंग्स। आई एम अ स्पर्स फैन। इंटरेस्टिंग। कॉपी कह रहा है कि 7 out of 10। Why do you think 7 out of 10? What is the reason behind that? Like, is it a Premier League experience? कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं 7, अभिषेक कह रहा है कि 3। Good signings, but they need to one more. 6. Okay, 6 and 3. Madrid, Mahesh, what's up? What's up? Thank you so much for joining. क्या हाल है? Good afternoon. Uh, eh? What's the language you speak? You speak English, I understand, but you mix another language with it. Yes, it is Hindi. I'm surprised. पर केवी भाई यूनाइटेड 40 गेम नहीं खेलने वाली ये सीजन। कैरिक विल गेट एक्सपोज लास्ट सीजन, तो उनको 2-2 वीक के रेस्ट मिल रहे विदाउट द इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक। देखो, मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा था ये सवाल बिकॉज yes, you're right. Manchester United have to play a lot more games. They will not get that much rest this season, and this is going to have an impact on all of their players overall. थकेंगे वो, सब थकते हैं। The only players who don't get tired are Bayern के players and PSG के players because they get rest. ठीक है, they don't play as many games as we do in the Premier League. So Premier League teams are going to struggle. तो इस चीज का आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। एंड द यूनिट एलिमेंट्स आए बढ़िया, गुड प्लेयर। वी कैन ऑल डिसाइड दैट ही इज अ फिक्सर अपर काइंड ऑफ अ प्लेयर। एंड आपका आंद्रे सैंटोस आया है, प्री सीजन ही लुक गुड, ही लुक डिसेंट, and but these two players will not solve all your problems. You need a lot more players. The trans चलो ये दो प्लेयर जो आए हैं, they are not the best. This is not Champions League quality that you wanted. This is not Champions League quality. You need more players. अभी मार्केट में है कि नहीं है, एंड मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड जैसी टीम कैसे नहीं अट्रैक्ट कर पा रही है, that is also something that I'm wondering about. Why is Man United not being able to attract even more better top quality players now that they are in the Champions League? So that is a little bit surprising for me. अबे ये विनी थोड़ा सा दिमाग से पैदल है क्या? वो 30 million वेज मांग रहा है, हम 22 million दे रहे हैं, तो रिजेक्ट कर दिया। क्या रिजेक्ट अभी करा है? मैंने तो अभी कोई न्यूज नहीं सुनी। अब न्यू ऑफर देंगे। विक्टर ऑसिमन न्यूज प्लीज भाई। आई डोंट नो व्हाट द update on Victor Osimhen is. I know that Spurs want him, and I think the price for him is also very cheap, which I am very surprised. तो अभी कोई मेरे को न्यूज मिली नहीं है। Tielemans is a good player. Santos is very inexperienced, but yes, अभी मैं आराम से अपने सोफा लिया ही है, तो आराम से सोफे पे बैठता हूँ। Yes, that's right. Cutting edge transfer news reporting at KV Reacts. Um, Tielemans is a good player. Santos is very inexperienced, but he has high potential. Victor Osimhen news. Soul कह रहा है one more meeting की news आ रही है केवी भाई। तो apparently, so what you guys are telling me right now is that Vinicius and Real Madrid have not yet agreed on terms. Oh man, you're not wearing. I am wearing pants, bhai. I'm wearing shorts. Because their owners are horrible when it comes to signing players. Even for Santos, they paid 50 million, which is good for us. Their owners are horrible when it comes to signing players. Even for Santos, they paid 50 million, which is good for us. Yeah. I don't know what is going on with Manchester United, by the way. पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं वो लोग. So is Vinny a smoke screen for nobody? Hashtag we are stupid. I mean, where have you gotten this news, by the way? Has Madrid Extra reported anything? This was 2 hours ago. Okay, Jose Angel has left Real Madrid's office 3 minutes ago, guys. 3 minutes ago. Let me just have a look at the comments. अगर यहाँ पे कोई किसने कोई, although it's not going to be verifiable. Okay, this is some rumor here. Rumors regarding Real Madrid's CEO and general manager Jose Angel Sanchez leaving his office or shifting roles frequently emerged through social media circles and sports reporting. Florentino Perez, right-hand man, chief architect behind the club's day-to-string operations, squad planning, and global marketing strategies to Sanchez. क्या बकचोदी है यार ये who they just he's just written a whole lot of nothing. Literally this is what Twitter is. He's written a paragraph of absolutely nothing. This is read this shit. Look at this garbage that people write on Twitter. A whole lot of nothing. Why did I even bother? Lamine Yamal की news कहाँ से आ गई? So there is nothing in the comment section. Comment section is worse than the actual news. Madrid extra. So Jose Angel Sanchez has left Real Madrid's office. Uh, according to Soul, वो कह रहा है कि एक और मीटिंग की न्यूज आ रही है. So there is going to be see Pepe Alvarez. Okay. Pepe Alvarez. Uh, क्या मेरे को तो कुछ नहीं दिखा. They're going to sign him. Stay calm. ये कब August 4th. यहाँ तो all I see is Yandy or Monday ka news. I don't see anything else, to be very honest. K-Bhai speaks ancient Egyptian, English, Hindi and 19 more languages. एक्सटेंड कर लेगा वो केवी भाई. उसका एजेंट नेगोशिएशंस ही कर रहा है विद मैड्रिड. हाँ नहीं मेरे को भी यही मालूम है. उसके अलावा मैड्रिड जोन जाते हैं एक बार. मैड्रिड जोन में कुछ है क्या? वही है. Jose Angel Sanchez and Juni Calafat have left Valdebebas. It looks like the meeting is over. Is there anything here? Oh shit यार. Fuck. निरोका वर्सेस इंडियन नेवी का मैच है थोड़ी देर में. ड्यूरेंट कप का 4 बजे का किक ऑफ है. तो एक काम करते हैं गाइस. अभी तो कोई एवरीथिंग इज अ रूमर राइट नाउ. वी डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज गोना हैपन. We don't know exactly what is going to happen amongst the transfers, but I have promised another watch along which I have to do. It is the Durant Cup 2026 group stages, Niroka versus Indian Navy football team. I know most of you guys are not expected, although you are welcome to join the chat and keep the discussion going on. अगर आप आना चाहो तो आ जाना. एक सेकेंड. क्या कह रहा है ये? अच्छा सॉरी. मड्रिड एक्स्ट्रा में एक पोस्ट नीचे तो करो. एक सेकेंड. मड्रिड एक्स्ट्रा. Oh, one more meeting for Vinicius Junior and Real Madrid. Real Madrid want to sort this fast. Oh, what does that mean? Hopefully, they don't let go of Vinicius. He's in great form to be let go to everything, especially Arsenal, United rivals. No white smoke yet. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Let's know if he's staying or it's going to be big 7 at Arsenal. Either way, we up. Make Vinny no go Arsenal. Lock it in. Yokoda is officially blah 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 blah. So there is another meeting. चलो फिर एक काम करते हैं. What I'm going to do now is because I have to do a watch along for Niroka versus Indian Navy football team as I am committed to do watch alongs, especially 4 p.m. watch alongs for the Durant Cup. I hope you guys join me. वहाँ पे we can have a chat about what's going on and watch the game as well. We can have a discussion on what is happening in Durant Cup Indian football, and we can keep another eye on what is happening in the transfer market between Vinicius Junior, Real Madrid, and Arsenal. The centerpiece of all of today's conversation is that Bruno Guimarães, 75 million pounds, has joined Arsenal Football Club on a permanent transfer. This is a special deal for us. It strengthens our already strong position in the midfield. We now have a number of great options in midfield. I mean, we are going to be having a strong, rigorous season. So I'm really, really happy with this deal. 75 million pounds is great value as well. So मजा आ गया भाई, मजा आ गया. चेल्सी वर्सेस यूवेंटस भी है आज. आर्सेनल वर्सेस बेटिस भी है. आर्सेनल वर्सेस रियल बेटिस भी है. By the way, Fabrizio said in a video he won't join Arsenal. अच्छा, कब बोला? आई होप फैब्रिजियो गेट्स पैंट. चलो गाइस, अगर आप लोगों ने स्ट्रीम को लाइक नहीं करा है, प्लीज 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 स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर देना. एंड इफ यू हैवंट येट सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल, आई इम्प्लोर यू, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Do join us for the start of the season, for the watch alongs, for the peg alongs, for all the alongs, sofa along, dog along, all alongs. So do join us for all of that. एंड अभी मैं करता हूँ अपना वॉच अलॉन्ग करता हूँ. स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल कर दो, बस कर रहा हूँ. अभी बस 4 बजे तो किक ऑफ ही है यार. मेरे को अभी 5 मिनट में थंबनेल बना के स्ट्रीम बनानी होगी, तो 3:55 तक चालू कर दूंगा. ठीक है, 3:55 तक चालू करूंगा. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग गाइस, रियली अप्रिशिएट एवरीवन. एंड फिर मिलते हैं बहुत ही जल्दी. जो लोग आए, प्लीज लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड सी यू वेरी वेरी सून.